There's a big fat one, a skinny one, and a medium-sized one.
I love Formula Drift. No stranger to drifting, no stranger to competition.
That guy stole my freaking ratchet wrench. I see that. That's mine. He rejects your reality and inserted his own. This is a stimulator, right?
Pilot.
The pole petition.
Matt Shulman still on top with the 69.
Gotcha! Grip this.
Gentlemen, I declare malarkey.
Straight killing the game, making fools miss. This is a horrible experiment.
I don't watch anyone on YouTube. I don't watch TV. I spend way too much time on social media, particularly Marketplace and Instagram.
Yeah, it's addicting.
And I really stay away from YouTube unless I need some kind of education.
Right.
Yeah, but marketplace is addicting.
Marketplace
it's
is
like, oh my god.
Especially if you're like, I love the wheel and deal stuff, so you can really justify the time because, like, hey,
is that available? Is this available?
I made $40,000 last year playing on Marketplace. You're like, okay, I could spend this time.
Yeah.
Kind of a cheat code. Not good.
Yeah. So anyhow, that being said, we're on, right? Yeah. All right, we're live. And if you already know, we have. Are you going by Stenger or Fisher nowadays?
I'm Bill Stenger.
Bill Stenger. Okay, Bill Stenger. If you've been around South Florida drifting long enough, you know him as Bill Fisher. And I remember Pat Gooden. He's like, "Who's Bill Stenger?" It's like Bill Fisher. Oh, okay, same person. Anyhow, yeah, we're live. We got Bill. Thank you for driving. What, an hour and a half?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
So you came down from Jupiter.
Yeah.
And now you're just hanging out. We have Bill on here because he bought a new drift car.
Yeah.
And he wants to get back in the game. This is a long time coming, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been. I drove that E46.
You did, yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
And I drove my wife's
The Z.
350Z once or twice at PBR before it closed.
So you've been dabbling a little bit here.
A little bit, but never a car that didn't suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it was never that motivating. The E46, the first one I drove with you, Paul, it actually ran the whole event. It was really good as long as you didn't forget to put gas in instead of a tiny fuel cell.
Yeah, I remember I was behind you in the Fuel Fest, and I'm like, Bill, your car's spraying out water out the side. You sure that's okay? He's like, yeah, it's fine.
No, that's gas, and it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So I never, and I always was like, oh, I'm going to build these cars, and never did. So I'm happy to have. Now we have a car that is a good starting point, and we're just gonna
So you've been dabbling a little bit in between. How long ago has it been since you actually last competed?
Oh boy, I don't actually know the timeline. When
It's got to be like 2013.
No, SWD
right?
days.
it was SWD. We did Charlotte Motor Speedway together.
Yeah.
Because I crashed in your room, so I didn't even. I was there at the event. I didn't have money for a hotel room.
Yeah.
That's how tight our budget.
That must have
was.
been like 2012.
And what was that? 2012. That was probably the end of that. Then we did the Caribbean drift thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that went on for 2 years, which was amazing with Turtec and stuff. That was really fun.
Turtec, yeah.
Which, by the way, Harry has a built car.
I know.
Yeah.
And,
right.
and I called him. I was like, hey, I got a BMW again. I was like, let's go. So he's like, I'll drive ProAM with you. I was like, all right, cool, let's go.
Oh, really?
So
Because I haven't seen him at an event yet.
Well, he finished it.
Yeah.
Someone tuned it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bad tune.
It blew up.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
That makes me worried.
Right? I'm not saying anything. Tune, blow up, and then this is just rebuilt, and I think it needs to be retuned. It's waiting on a retune.
Do we know who blew up the first tune? Like who tuned it the first time?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think he was probably shooting for too much horsepower. I mean,
No.
yeah, I think he had
No.
like twin turbos on like a freaking LS3.
I remember he posted up something about it. It was pretty in detail. I got to find out.
Yeah, I don't think it was totally. I think it was a built motor.
Yeah.
So I think it was built for the. Harry generally doesn't skimp on, on the motor side. He's like, because he's really hard on stuff.
Yeah.
So I think then it was retuned. Jackson.
It was at Genesis Audio, but I don't know who did the actual tune.
Someone retuned it after that, and
That's
they
what
were
was
like,
that.
this motor's already hurt.
Yeah.
on the retune session. So they were like, this tune was so bad that the motor's already hurt. But anyways, he wants to drive. So that's
cool.
The good news is
Harry will be
just,
back.
yeah.
That's
some
gonna be fun.
Really cool.
Finnish torture out there.
Right. So you drove up. So actually, those that don't know, you bought Tyler Berry's drift car, correct?
Yeah.
So how was that? How was that exchange?
Tyler Berry's E36. He was really mad at me because I gave him an offer of what I valued the car at, and above honestly what I think it is. Maybe I'm like grandpa, where in my day things were a nickel. You know what I mean?
Right. When I was a kid, I used to get soda pop for 5 cents.
That car was kind of assembled. It was listed as a high end car. It does have a quick change. It does not have a GSR in it, and it's truthfully it's a 6-liter iron block motor. So it is built. It has rods and pistons.
Oh, okay.
But it is not a big money LS3 that then you built. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
So there's some money discrepancies along the car and the chassis, the wiring. There's some rough items on the car. It's an awesome car. And what really scared me the most, well, I'll go back. I'm real scatterbrained, so you have to bear with me.
No, this is a conversation. Goes anywhere you want.
Yeah, when he listed it, I touched base with him. We had a good conversation. Super cool dude. You know, we had a great conversation. I was like, here's where I think I'm at with the vehicle, and no emotion, no harm, no foul. And he's like, I'm not interested at all. I said, cool, no problem. And then I wrote him a month later. Fuel Fest was now
Right.
Fuel Fest was going to be on Saturday. This was the Monday before then. I was like, hey, I'll increase my offer so much. It's against my better judgment. I don't do this. I just stand by business moves. And if you're interested, great. If you're not, hey, no problem. And he's like, and he took till Wednesday. So now it's Wednesday. The event's Saturday.
And you had surgery.
Oh yeah, my gallbladder was cut out Friday. So that's probably what happened. I'm sitting around the house idle.
Oh yeah, right.
So that's where the offer came from. Wheels are turning. I have way too much time on my hand. And I was like, man, I really want to drive. So then Wednesday at 11, he messaged me. He's like, all right, I'll take your offer. I was like, okay, great. And I was like, I'll get a trailer. I'll be on the road tonight. And I grabbed a buddy. And we left at we were on the road by 9 o'clock that night. We drove straight through the night, slept in the truck. Got up there, had one good meal. We had a little time to kill, so I had a meal. Waited for Tyler to get out of work and met him up there at a storage unit in Tennessee.
Trophy, Tennessee. Wow.
It was a bumpy parking lot storage unit with bumps like parking lot elevation so bad that you couldn't do more than 20 miles an hour in the vehicle.
Wow. Okay, so no really
road
way to
test.
It,
I granny shifted it into fourth, and I nailed it once on some semi-flat area where Tyler was, "Hey, you're gonna get me thrown out of here." And I felt that because he's right. His car is really loud and it's echoing off the buildings. So really didn't get to test it. Looked at it and loaded it up and left. We got home. That was Thursday night. We rolled out of Tennessee at 8 p.m.
Yep.
Good Lord.
Got on the highway. We were back at my place in Jupiter, Florida, 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m.
On Friday?
On Friday morning. So now the event's
Roll
Saturday.
In. Yeah, roll. Did you roll in on Friday? I know you rolled on. Did you?
No, I came to the track Saturday. Saturday morning. I didn't even know you could go early.
Yeah.
And started messing with seating position. I had to get a windshield put on the car because Tyler didn't tell me the windshield's broken. I'm charging batteries because they're stone dead.
Right.
Thankfully, it has excess power, and they did come back. So I didn't have to try to run around town and find batteries for it. So I was on a goose chase, mounting tires. Thankfully, I had tires in stock that I was going to run on the Nissan. Yeah. So I was going to drive my wife's 350Z for that event.
Right.
Which I'm not a big Z guy.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be not like I'm good anymore or anything. I'm a washed up old man, but driving a 250 horsepower DE car with stock angle and just e-brake shoes is not. Yeah.
It's just the sound of it. Like
I don't know what it is. I hate that car.
I do too.
I had license plates on it, insurance for years for my wife to try to drive it.
Yeah.
Then we had kids.
Yeah.
Right when she got that car to start learning to drive, I fixed it up for her. In the first test drive, I clutch kicked it going straight down a road at like 60 with some sprinkler water, spun it out over a median with the dog, ripped off like one side suspension off it.
Oh, wow.
Limped it home, and then by the time I think she was pregnant at that time. So that by the time she had an opportunity to drive it, we had kids, and it all just dissipated really quickly on her driving that car.
Yeah.
So
wow. So you drove up there, and then you started driving it at Fuel Fest, and And I know you had some concerns because you didn't, like you said, you didn't really get to test it out before you bought it, right? So it seemed like it did pretty well because once the event started, I don't think you really got out of the car much but to change tires, right?
Yeah. Tyler, there were some surprises with the car, but Tyler said that car was solid, and I beat the snot out of it.
You did?
all day. I drove all day long.
Yeah, I think you only spun once, and it was like
I might have spun. I think I spun twice, and the second time was on like deep into wire. I debeated a tire too.
Right,
a
right.
couple
So,
times.
yeah.
I ran the tires down to wire. I went through 6 pairs.
wow.
Yeah, I drove
dozen
the car
tires, yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
And we came in and did a gear change too.
That's right. So how did that was so I never messed up with the quick change. Was that easy?
Okay. It is incredibly easy, but Tyler's note said big gear on top equal this ratio. That's incorrect. It is big gear on the bottom equal that lower ratio.
Okay.
So I'm like, why am I banging limiter? I'm just deep. The first quarter day or 10 laps, I'm just.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, I was like, this thing makes a ton of power. It's just deep in the
Right.
limiter.
Yeah.
I was like, I love it. And then I was like, let's do a gear change. You know, there's a quick change. There's no excuse not to do a gear change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we pull it out. I put it was so bad in the limiter. I was like, I'll go to a 2.8. So I put what the note said would it be a 2.8,
Yeah.
which the big gear is upside down. So it's really
shoot.
maybe a 480.
Oh God.
Holy
Going
cow.
down
Instead
wrong.
of, but I came out of like a 5.
Right.
This
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
a guess, right?
Yeah.
From say a 550 to we went to a 480. So it was better.
Yeah.
Then I was like, this is nonsense. I'm not changing gears again. I'll
Yeah.
just run it in fourth. So I just ran it. I was a little heavy, and
Yeah.
I would have liked the first gear in
Yeah.
fourth. That's what I should have done.
So when did you figure that out? That it was the other way around.
Freddie was like, Freddie from Spectin, he was
Yeah.
like, think about this. Big girl on top, you're going slow. Big girl, and I was like, okay, I'll remember. I'll never forget that. I'll remember this forever now. So he fixed it for me.
Oh, shut up! He was
So,
Freddie there. I
that's
didn't even
funny.
see him.
Yeah, Freddie was driving the Supra.
Oh,
That pearl white,
that was him.
yeah, that's his Supra.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
With the auto, he's running a H8XD
Really?
auto with the clutch setup and a sequential shifter on that car, and it's tuned.
it's
with
got the
turbos, makes like
DCT.
5 something.
Fancy.
Dude, that thing is sweet. I would like one. It's actually really cool.
Wow.
So, but anyways, in Tyler's defense, I beat on the car all day long. I never had coolant temps over 210, and I beat the absolute snot off. And I was the first half of the day, I was deep in the limiter when I
you
realize
were,
I should have
yeah.
ran fourth.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
were-
like the whole run was just.
Yeah. Right.
So, it was a good test.
Yeah.
Now I'd like to hot lap it because that setup, you get a cool down time because you have to wait in line, and I was
Right.
changing passengers. So I didn't get that radiator looks small in that car. I didn't get a good hot lap setup.
Is
where
it
you're back to
rear
back.
mount radiator?
No, it's front.
Okay.
Which the BMW, this car, the E36 and E40 have limited room for radiator. For from frame rail.
So you did a lot of ride-alongs too.
Yeah, I think we did 37.
Holy
Nice.
cow.
Plus, I did. The guy helping me there, he rode twice. My wife rode twice, and our friend Harvey's girlfriend Jade rode twice.
yeah.
So I did
Harvey was
6
there?
besides that. Harvey, no, he had to work. He was supposed
Oh,
to be there.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I saw some people I haven't seen in a while. It was kind of cool to catch up with some people.
Yeah.
Oh, you too, because I haven't
Yeah,
seen you in a while.
exactly. I never left my pit or the seat. I never even saw your car.
Well, yeah,
till
because it was
tonight.
parked all the way by Jackson's.
I never
Yeah.
left
I-
my tent.
Hilarious.
I wouldn't have either.
I just drove the
If I
entire
was
time.
driving, I'd have been done the same thing.
Yeah.
So, well, it's good. I'm glad you actually got back to drive. So, your goal for purchasing this vehicle is to not just do events, but you actually want to compete.
Yeah, I enjoy competing. I think that there's something about the pressure and that I actually enjoy. And what a lot of people don't realize is that when you are competing, you're always driving with people that are generally either better than you or they're driving at a higher level.
Right.
And that is always, I think that's always driven me. I like a little bit of pressure.
Right.
So we can all go out and have fun and rub the wall. That was fun, but I like driving events. So.
Yeah. So, what do you think is probably one of the biggest changes, aside from weight, because you lost a lot of weight since you were competing last time, right?
Absolutely.
How much did you lose?
I'm down about 100 pounds.
Wow. So you lost a whole other person.
Maybe over 100 pounds.
Yeah, you lost about a whole other person.
Yep.
So, what do you think? Mindset, physically, just everything. How, and maturity wise too, because we get older, we mature, right? Mentally, our focus. What do you think you can learn from your previous experience of competition, but add to that now that you have this life experience, and now that you're in better shape or whatever? I mean, what's your mental mindset going into the competition?
It's totally different. Now, I didn't realize, I always committed to run them, but I had no financial backing. You know, I didn't have the money to do it. I verbally said I'd do it, and I showed up. But like I was in Charlotte Motor Speedway, we were eating stuff off a dollar menu, and we did not have a hotel room to stay in.
Right.
I crashed in your room. I slept in your room because I don't think we had.
I was
the budget.
drilling my diff.
Yeah, you're trying to assemble a differential, and I we were sleeping in your room because I don't think we could. I don't think we could afford a hotel room. So now that's one great thing. It's not like I have a real budget, but at least if I say I'm going to do this, I will go through and do the math and say, okay, it's going to cost this much, and we're going to commit to it.
Right.
That's critical. I didn't realize it, but I was casual. You know, I always drove. It was fun to me, and it's still going to be fun.
Right. Exactly.
Drifting. This is all going to be fun for me. I'm not serious. This is intended to be fun. I want to show my kids. The whole reason I'm really doing this is to bring my children into motorsports and show that. You know, my parents always told me you can be anything you want to be in life, but they weren't broke, but. This is like I look at their now that I'm 40, both of my parents are deceased. I look back and I was like, this is what you wanted to be in life. You know, this position.
Yeah.
Right.
We always tell our kids, you can do anything you want to be. Yeah. Well, is this where I want to be?
You lead by example.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm a welder. I work like a dog. I have holes worn in all my boots on the top of my toes for working down on my knee.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Is this where I want to be? So I'm going to tell my kids they can do anything they want to be, and this is it. So I want to instill some of the things. You guys know I'm big on the boat.
Oh, yeah.
I love boating.
Yeah.
When I quit drifting, I bought a boat. I said, hey, for the same money that I had in this race car, I can have 100 people a year enjoy this boat.
Yeah.
Wow, think about that.
Yeah.
Right? That's insane. To think
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
I can share this blessing amongst 100 people. Look, I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
Instead of me.
Yeah.
And Brittany loved the drifting, so even though she worked at the track, she'd be the tough.
Yeah.
She was a #1 crew.
Right. Yeah. She was
she's
always
a
there.
stud.
Always there. Your wife is awesome.
Yeah, and she said hi to everyone. By the way. She misses you all.
It was great to see her.
So, where was I?
You were talking about life, leading
So,
example.
so boating's big in the family. That's a critical thing. I spend as much time as I can in the Bahamas fishing, and I spend as much time as I can with the family on the boat. But now my daughter's 3.5. She's going to be 4. It is time to show her that with hard work, these drift cars are just a tremendous amount of work.
Oh yeah.
It never ends.
Nope.
Loading the trailers, it's all work. You have 50 hours of work with 9 minutes of driving.
Right. And you're trying to do things in between your regular work stuff to get prepared for the next event as well.
Right. So she's going to see, hey, we're out wrenching on the car after dinner. Come on out. And we're mounting tires. Why are you mounting tires? Well, we're going to burn these 10. It's going to be great. Right. You're going to burn $1,000? Yes, we are. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to burn this $1,000 up. Oh, why are you organizing and loading the suite enclosed trailer? You know, for me, it's a big deal. I don't have storage for a car. So before I bought this race car, I bought a 28-foot enclosed.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really clean, too.
I got a good deal, Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Scavenge is a good deal. Yep. So now the car has a home because it can't always live in my shop. I need to produce work out of it.
Yeah, we got to get you a mini split for that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I haven't gotten there yet. I need to get through round 1 of ProAM first.
Gotcha. Okay, well, let me know.
Then we can tackle on more. So we're going to put mini split in there, and that's it was so cool to see at the track. My daughter had her little glider bike.
Yep.
She's coming shooting down out of the 28-foot enclosed, which is all jacked up in the tongue to get the trail out.
Yeah, so it's like a little
and
ramp.
She's ramping down and crashing into the back of the car. It was awesome. It was great to see. Yeah. So that's part of it. That's probably the biggest part. Yeah. Besides my selfish enjoyment.
Right.
Let's not get that. I want to drive. I like driving.
Well, right. It's about driving. But so and once you start competing, I think there's, from when we used to compete, at least now, there's more focus on developing a program. Right. Have you thought about that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I was horrible at it then.
Oh, everybody was.
My social media presence is not much better now. I really we chatted earlier. I really like to post stories, but I don't like to make posts.
Right. It's a lot of work too. On top of all the other stuff.
It is work, and I just feel so awkward about it. I'm not that. I always said I'm not that person, but I am. I like to. I like to show what I'm doing all the time, whether it's work or basics. I'm going to try to step it up in that division. Make some more videos. And I need to make some relationships. Like right now, I have not fully committed to ProAM. I actually need a tire partner.
We had Lewis
Zach
on
Nova.
last week.
Lewis was talking about
I
you.
listened to his episode. I actually ran Zach vinyl at the
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
saying
talking
the
that.
event, and I didn't realize that he had an inside joke with Tyler about it. So that was very humorous.
Yeah.
And I did reach out to him previously, and it's like that or Kenda's real close, and it's still, it's not quite retail, but it's almost retail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I budgeted just the Florida series, the Florida ProAM series, 5 events, figure of practice,
Yeah.
maybe 2 at 70 tires.
Yeah. I mean, depends on how. Yeah. I mean, you burned them up pretty quick.
Because I don't have any drive. I'm not seated.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have,
You have
to
to
drive
drive your
through
way
seating
through it.
rounds.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in tire poverty where you are going to run against somebody fast, but you're like, oh, we have a new pair, but we need to save that
those,
pair.
right, in case
We're
you
going to
lose.
run scrubs against this guy, and that can be the difference these days.
Right.
Like looking at the level of drifting from when I drove, it's such a higher level, and I'm still an underdog. That car makes 450. Yeah, everyone makes 600.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm still.
Well, I think Ryan's about 450.
No,
500.
Ryan has a blower on that car.
Oh,
Yeah,
does
put a
he?
blower.
Yeah,
yeah.
Ryan's got a
Oh,
blower
I
on that
thought-
car. I think it makes chilling at 6 or something.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, so it seems like everyone makes
About
5,
6.
6. Yeah. So
You
I'm
put
still.
you put a blower on an LS, you're making 600.
Yeah, should or at least 550.
Yeah.
So back then I made 300, and everyone made 450. I was
Right,
the
yeah,
underdog
you're
then.
underdog
I had
then,
no
too.
money. You know what I mean? We had junk tires.
Yep.
Now at least we have a little better sorted car. And we'll actually have a budget to not be in tire poverty and run a
Right.
decent tire.
And run new tires, same tires, be consistent.
That's critical.
Consistency is the key. I mean, every time we've watched this, people lose because they spun, because they made a mistake. Consistency is the key. I think that's what Ryan did so well last year, is that he was very consistent. He wasn't like there was probably a better run than him. Somebody else probably had a better, qualifying runner or something, that type of thing. But he was just consistent. So when they made a small mistake or they made any mistake, he was there just with the consistency.
Right.
He also drove really well too, but I'm just saying,
yeah.
he built that up, that
Well,
consistency.
that's about being consistent is driving really well.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be good to be able to drive consistent.
Yeah.
And you've always been pretty consistent, right? You get a little crazy though sometimes. You're pretty aggressive.
I see. I'm so washed up. I don't know. So many years. Like I was rusty driving Fuel Fest.
You didn't look rusty.
Well, maybe it looked well, but gauging the wall distance, my proximities,
Okay.
my speed next to the car in front of me, I was a little rusty. So I'm going to push in those seating rounds because I need the practice.
Yeah.
And I need the comfort in the car. I wanted to put a license plate on the car recently.
Just to drive it around a little bit.
There is something. I daily drove that S14. I drove a lot. I probably had 50,000. I delivered pizzas
really?
in that car.
He was like, whatchamacallit?
I was
Initial
drifting
D.
with I was drifting with pizzas in that car for
Fujiwara.
years.
Oh, wow.
It was like the
Yeah,
Italian Fujiwara.
the tofu delivery
Yeah,
guy,
the
yeah.
Italian. Hey,
Yeah.
it's in a pizza.
So there's a lot of people drop this, and it's like it's a cheat code. Is just driving the car in the street. You become one with just ergonomically.
Where everything's
Yeah.
You are. It's like scratching your nose. You know where your
Yeah,
nose
yeah,
is,
yeah,
no matter
yeah.
where your hand was.
Right.
Everything becomes consistent. You become comfortable. But I drove the car around the neighborhood the other day. It is way too loud. The tune is absolutely terrible below like 40% throttle. So apparently it was never tuned down low. The tip in and everything.
Really?
It stalls and just the drivability is atrocious in the bottom.
So you're gonna try to get that fixed before? Or-
Not before ProAM. No, I don't have time.
Okay.
I have to get my. I have to go through the rule list. I didn't know Tyler crashed the car in Jersey. He did tell me about it. I knew one of the SL arms was bent and replaced, but he didn't tell me the front cross member's bent.
Oh.
So the front subframe's bent. I get it up in the air. The front subframe's crumpled and cracked on both sides. So I don't know if you guys saw.
I saw you picked up
I had
a
to go
shell.
and buy an E36 shell last week
Oh.
in Fort Myers
Okay.
to get a cross member. Apparently,
You got about E46 shell?
E36
I'm
shell.
sorry,
I was-
E36
did I
shell,
say?
yeah.
So I have an
No, I do
E36
think
and
that.
I bought an E36 shell.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
has a cross member. It has a rack. It has doors. So instead of just finding a cross member, which I was struggling to find, I bought a whole donor car, which is like what
Makes
I did
more
with you,
sense, yeah,
Paul.
yeah.
Remember when I came up, took you through?
No,
EZ?
yeah. No, I mean, I made so much. Yeah, it makes so much sense because I bought that for the motor and I paid the motor plus more.
Exactly.
Like it makes sense just to buy them if you can.
Yeah, and especially for me, I know the guys are going to stuff my door in.
Yeah,
You know,
You're gonna
I'm
have
gonna.
it, yeah.
I was shopping for doors anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
And a hood because I hate that it has a big Holley high ram intake.
Yeah.
I'm not an enormous fan of
Yeah.
big holes in the hood.
Yeah.
Just for water and thought. Like, I want to be able
Right.
to park the car outside
Right.
occasionally. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
simple reason. It does. I guess it looks cool, but so I have a spare hood. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to. That any of those things, it wouldn't surprise me if anything got damaged on the car at any point,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Let's be very realistic.
Exactly. No, you're going to need those.
So you're
spares.
basically gonna just get it up to spec, and
Yeah,
it
right.
could go
Right
in
now,
and
I'm
compete.
struggling with a timeline. I need to. The halon system's expired. There's a lot of rule book.
Did you swap the subframe already?
No, I
Oh, that's going to be an endeavor. Just to
Yeah,
get that
well,
figured
thankfully, the new car's on the lift, and
Okay.
I will. There's no motor in the donor.
Okay.
So as long as I need a screw jack, like
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
mechanic
yeah.
screw jack to work
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
lift, I need one of those.
Yeah.
And then I have a forklift, so I'll
Okay.
I'll
You can
swap
figure
them.
Just brace the motor up with like a piece of wood or something. and then
Exactly.
Just
Yeah,
drop it off at the
so
bottom.
it won't be that bad. I don't think. It
Yeah,
doesn't-
if you have a lift, it helps a lot.
I have a
Yeah.
lift. Praise God.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it should not be that terrible. But I needed that, and then I probably want to go through and actually measure all the arms and make them the same length.
Yeah.
Even though that's a good way to start with a chassis.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm going to take it to the alignment shop and work on specs and get it like a good baseline, and then we really need to go test.
When's the first event?
April 27th. I literally have
jeez.
3 weeks from right now.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
What's the date? It's the 28th. So
Yeah.
I have 4 weeks, a month essentially.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot to do.
We and there's a lot of things on the car that don't pass the rules quite yet. Like there's some things to do.
Yeah.
So
Didn't he compete pro-am?
yes,
with that
he
car?
did, but I guess it was some time ago. I was under the impression that it would pass Pro-Am right away, and I didn't look at the sticker when I was buying the car, of course. And
Right.
hey, it's expired. It is what it is. You know, the harnesses are good, seats are good.
What
We
about
went
the
through-
belts? The belts are
Belts,
in
are,
date?
yeah. That's what I mean.
Okay.
The
Oh,
harnesses,
the-
the belts,
okay.
the belts are good. So that's all. That most of that stuff's set.
You got fire suit and all that stuff.
I was reading the Pro-Am rules.
You don't need a fire.
You
suit.
don't need a fire suit now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I do have all my old stuff. But I would love to get a real fire suit.
Yeah,
you know?
legitimate, like maybe some names and like actual.
Yeah, it'd be
That's
cool to have
cool.
a partner to put
Look
on
like
it.
that. Yeah, it'd be really,
So right now it's
really
just
cool. Yeah.
Bill.
This is-
So, but yeah, otherwise my mentality is totally different. Just looking at a bigger picture and how things work, and that it's not just fun. I literally went through all that and it was fun. I was drinking at the track. Everyone knew me as a casual drinking. And, and by the way, I will comment
You-
this.
yeah,
You said in your show the other day that I was always drunk.
Well, oh yeah.
Never
He's
drunk.
never drunk.
Never drunk.
Always drinking.
Yes.
I take that. Ben has seen me drunk.
Oh, yes, I have.
Ben has seen me drunk.
Yes,
You've
yes.
probably
Okay,
seen me
okay.
drunk
I have to
Caroline
take
and
that back.
I'll correct that.
Yeah, you'll correct that. Wasn't drunk. Always
Drinking, unprofessional. So right, so that's one thing I will carry on in the future. And I never even knew it. I was so busy having fun. We were just driving. I didn't realize that I was unrepresentable. You know, in that aspect. For
You know,
those
but the
that didn't
thing
know.
is, though, honestly, unless you like somebody knew you,
Yeah, they wouldn't
you wouldn't have known.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know for the longest time until somebody told me.
Yeah, back in those days, I was working at a mechanic shop and we casually drank all day.
Right.
So it was just, some people hydrated with water, I hydrated with beer.
right. Right.
So, it was very, very different in those days.
We went to Nopi.
Put that on a t-shirt.
No, I remember we went to Nopi. We rented a house. Remember with Jackson and
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
crew? Remember that?
It wasn't
Yeah.
Nopey. It was
Formula Drift. Sorry, Formula Drift.
Drift,
Sorry,
yeah.
that's how long we've been doing stuff.
Jackson puked
But
in
yeah,
the freaking-
Jackson puked in the
the
upstairs
sink,
bathroom. But
yeah.
anyways, I remember like we get up to breakfast and Bill's cracking a beer and he's like, "Well, it's not drinking all day if you don't start in the morning."
That's right. You can't say you've been
line.
drinking all day unless you start in the morning.
Yeah.
Breakfast of Champions, right?
That's right. Breakfast and Jim.
That
Ben's
was-
been around for a couple of them too.
Yeah.
Yep. So
That was funny.
Yeah. So that's a bonus.
that's much
you're-
more presentable. Just a better mentality on how to help other people. You know, it's not just all me. It's not. It's not about me having. I'm going to have fun regardless.
Right.
Drive, but how do you show up for people? What do they need? What are they actually looking for in this relationship? And if I don't get any, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to have fun myself. And that will come. Like we were talking earlier about how you have to instill value first, and then it comes back to you.
Right, right.
The law of reciprocity is always going to equate and come back. It's just you're going to do the work first is the reality, unless you get lucky. Some people get very lucky.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have what's your buddy's Kyle? No,
Kyle.
Kyle. So is he gonna be like your spotter? Like
I don't know Kyle's position yet. What I want Kyle to do and what Kyle wants to do, we have not ironed out yet. What I think Kyle should do is be media. I need somebody.
yeah, dedicated.
I need media, and I honestly I don't have the budget for it. I would love to hire a full-time media guy, and for my business and personal life as well.
Yeah.
I wish because I like having a camera in my face, and I like showing people what's going on.
You just gotta
I
get
do a bunch
an
of weird
get an
stuff.
intern, get a little young kid that wants to learn how to weld and just
that
that
would
knows
be
how to
great.
use a phone.
Like, hey, you're
Pay him $14 an hour.
Right, you're a social media guy, and I'll teach you to
I'll
weld.
teach you to weld.
That's fine. That'd be great.
yeah, intern. That's what you need.
So that'd be cool. My crew chief is going to remember Harvey?
Yeah.
Mongoose from the
Yeah.
forum?
Yeah, we almost kicked him out because he's doing donuts on the door and stuff.
Yeah, he's a wild guy.
Yeah, he's tamed down though since
He's
then.
better.
He got a little older. You know, we kind of calmed down. a
Yeah,
little bit.
exactly.
I'll never forget that. I'm like, he's on his door and he's doing donuts. Like,
for doing rodeos.
he was doing rodeos.
That was a
Out
long
in the
time
pits.
ago.
Yes.
in the pits, not on the track. He was doing rodeos in
Yeah,
the pits, right?
yeah.
He
No,
did
no,
them-
no, no, no.
He did them on the track too.
It was
No,
on
he
the track.
spun out, and then he decided to do a rodeo at the end, and
Yeah.
then,
In front of the crowd,
Tim
right?
freaked out.
Well, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm trying to, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I
Yeah.
think if you would have told him ahead of time and say, hey, look, listen, I'm planning on doing this, then maybe Tim would have been like, okay, all right, just make sure to do it away from the crowd.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. It was
Yeah,
like,
we all do stupid stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to be crew chief,
Okay.
so he'll probably be doing
Spotter and stuff.
or dialing the car, and I'm not sure how. I've never had a spotter. Oh, I don't have radios either. I need communication, I assume.
Oh, Baofang, you know, from like
Amazon.
Amazon.
Oh, yeah?
Super cheap.
This
Yeah,
is
super
easy?
cheap.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing in the car?
So I actually have. We'll talk about it later. I have a little antenna
You talk
that
about
goes.
that.
It replaces the antenna on the actual. So you take the little stick antenna off your
walkie-talkie.
your walkie-talkie, and then this wire plugs in. It just screws on top of
Okay,
it.
like sticks
and the
under a jar
antenna
or something?
Yeah. Let me. Stay off
Oh, that one right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Basically, it's just it's a magnet.
Perfect. Good
Sorry,
deal.
you can see the camera.
That's good.
Yeah, it's basically it's like a 10-foot cord, and then you just stick the antenna on the roof with a magnet, and you go into radio, and then just clip your radio up here, and then you'll get like
earbuds or something for it.
you could do earbuds, or what I did is motorcycle guys.
Okay.
They have all things that actually padded headset, and they have a little mic in there.
And they go in your helmet.
Oh yeah, it goes inside your helmet.
Perfect.
Like Velcro.
Yeah, I that avoided a Google search because
Yeah.
that's something I need to do. Just popped in my mind.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that need to be done in a month really quickly.
Yeah, 'cause
I've never had a spotter, so I don't know how any
I
of that
never
works.
had. Well, I did have a spotter. He was the worst spotter. You're going too slow. Go faster. Go faster.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Unfortunately,
And sometimes you don't need spotters. I mean, it all depends on
For the competition, I think you need it because you need somebody that's going to watch not necessarily you, but the other people.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that there's a big value to have the knowledge of, hey, they made a mistake and you didn't see it. You know,
Right.
you obviously can't see. Hey,
Right.
they were
You got the advantage.
They were 3 tires off. You have the advantage. Or whoa, you're way behind. You
Right.
better do everything you have. Pull
Well,
everything out of the hat.
Well, one of the
Let her
things you're
eat.
definitely going to have to watch out for is jumping the lead driver because you're going to be a little bit underpowered, right?
Yeah.
From these guys, so you're going to want to jump them so that way you can. Because I think as long as you get next to the door on the run up, you'll follow them. You can stay next to them. But if they gap you off the beginning, then
You're
you're
smoked.
never
You're just
going to
cooked
catch.
right off the rip.
You're never going to catch up, and that's a game. I mean, it's a real game.
Yeah.
Because they're so grippy.
I have so much to learn in this aspect. You know, the last it was 300 horsepower. So it's a different world I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not gonna overgrip the car too, because
Yeah.
No.
I think that from what I've seen is that a lot of the high horsepower guys will put too much sauce in the car,
And
and
make it
then
too
they
twitchy.
can't choke up behind the slow guys. Like they actually, it forces them to make mistakes because they leave themselves nowhere to go because their car's so fast.
Yeah. We know somebody who's named Sir Gripslot.
So grips a lot.
Sir Grips.
Yeah. So
And he has
Yeah.
he has a hard time drifting because of it.
Yep.
So this car is like a monster truck too. I don't know if you saw it. So it's bill approved right off the bat.
Yeah, right.
We were
That was-
talking about that the last time. You
You were
one
like
of
the first
people-
one. to show up that was like, oh man, the car's high. Why is it so high? I'm like, it works. It works so good. Why does it work so good?
We're just
Because
like,
you
"Yeah,
actually
we don't
using
like the way it looks."
suspension.
Do you know? Yeah, I didn't even. Do you know probably the real reason why my car was always so high? Because I had that junk trailer. Remember that junk car trailer I had driving up on 12-foot wood planks trying to get it on and off?
Oh, so you just would be able to open the door?
So it wasn't tactical at all. It was just
Well, I did learn a lot. Honestly, I'd blown coilovers one time at a fairgrounds event, and I put stock front struts in the car. So it was like this high, and it just transferred everything. The car drove amazing that day, and so that there was something to that. It would just it would squat a bunch, and I realized that worked.
Yeah.
I guess probably before all the dialing, but I didn't. It wasn't dialed.
Right.
That car didn't even have solid subframe bushings in it.
oh nice.
Oh wow.
I mean, it was
It was moving.
yeah, it was something for all those years.
Yeah, a lot was moving.
Yep.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Yeah, definitely need somebody that can do the media because there's no way you can focus on the driving and take care of the media. So
Right, and we have one more guy coming, and he has a drift car. He's never driven it. He just finished it. He's a car guy, but he has incredible work, like drive. He's like, come on, let's we got to pull the motor. Let's just do it. And
oh, nice. What's his name?
His name is Michael Hedges. He was at the track with me, helping me that day.
That definitely helps because, like, even when Tim was competing up in SWD that day, you wouldn't have done that diff if it wasn't for Rich telling you
Yeah.
to.
I was like,
Well,
I'm
let's-
done.
we're
It's like too much work and just.
And that is a critical thing. So he is he's not incredible. He's not a great mechanic.
Right.
He's not highly experienced in drifting, but he has a positive attitude,
Right.
and he will get down and dirty and he'll tackle anything and push you. Hey guys, let's go.
Yeah.
We got an hour. We can do that. Let's do it. Don't be a wuss. Let's get it done. So
That'll help.
that's his role. I don't know what his physical role is, but
Yeah. That'll help. That'll help because you get unmotivated to fix something, and then hopefully that heel.
like you're too lazy to make suspension adjustments, or things like that.
Or check tire pressure.
I'm always good about tires. That was
I was always
Harvey's,
bad about it. I'm just like,
No, that was always my number one thing. That was Harvey's tool all through ProAM was tire pressure.
no, it's really important.
It's the only thing he had to do. He's like, all we have to do is check tire pressure, and then we get to drink beer because his car never breaks.
You could drink beer anyways back then.
I guess they couldn't. Only I could.
Wow. So what do you think about the scene? Since let's just go back. I mean, I don't know if you mind dating yourself. When did you first start drifting? If you mind.
Harry's first fairground event is the first one I saw. I was 21, 22 years old. I'm 39, about to be 40, so it's 18 years ago. I think I think my first event might have been a county line.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I drove the car down to county line with a couple pairs of tires in the back seat, and
Right.
maybe whatever I could jam in the car. And I think that was one of the first events, probably with you.
Yeah.
Realistically, coming
Right.
full circle with this, I think so. What was my first event? Or was it PBR? I can't remember now. Because it might have been one of those the first Moroso, the last Moroso.
When they just had the skid pad with two barrels. Or
No,
something.
you had to run the kart track to move to the big track.
Was it the car track? I thought it was the skid pad, like where we were pitting. They just had like two barrels. You had to run. You had to connect the figure eight, and then they put you at the
That
end.
was
of the
really
drag
early.
run.
That was really early.
Maybe that's what it was. No, it was kart track. I think this was kart track.
So then I was doing that before.
I don't remember if that was my first one or kind of line. But so that era, 18 years ago.
So we were talking this a little earlier about the drift scene. So what have you noticed? Because you did Fuel Fest, and you did a couple OSW events, right? And a little event here and there.
Yep.
What do you notice different about the drift scene in general, especially in Florida, from then and now?
Well, I just don't know anybody. I know all the OG dudes. It's great to see. Like when I drove the PBR event in either the Z or the BMW, Ryan was driving, and we had a little group of people that I did know.
Right.
And so that was cool. But like you have the breakbank guys, and then you have the Stewart guys, and you have it's like different groups of guys, and until you know them, I still knew the drift. I knew Savio and stuff from back when I drove real back in the day. So we still were kind of, but I just don't know anybody anymore. And it seems like everyone's in their own little like a bubble.
Yeah.
But there's so many people. It seems like every event's full, so that's good.
Well, right. I mean, as far as the drift scene's changed tremendously.
Yeah.
Huge amount of drivers. There's just tons of amount of drivers. I mean, a lot of these guys are just doing private days at OSW. I mean, you went to that private day with me. And,
Yeah.
like none of those guys drive anything else but just a private day. It's like it's just that just a ton of just drivers that it's way bigger than it ever was before when we were driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. Some people will only drive private days because they don't want to drift in front of anybody else.
You know what? Brittany's scared to go out and drive an event because she's
Yeah.
not good. Just so everybody knows.
I wish there was
Brittany's
no other people that felt that way.
Brittany sucks at it, and she knows that, and she made poor Ben sick. Ben cringed.
Wait,
Yeah.
Say what? What happened?
Yeah, at the private
there
day,
was,
Ben
yeah.
got in the 350Z and on the oval.
Yeah, he was her instructor.
How'd that go?
It wasn't the first time that's happened, and so just to kind of preface it a bit is that I get into this car, and this was in the Orlando event where we're having the private day, and I already knew it because it's happened before. I counted line where I was trying to teach her, and I was, and she was getting it, but it just so happens that I guess after a good amount of time where you're just spinning out or just going side to side or doing all these motions that it just kind of, I guess, seasickness.
Yeah. You get motion sickness from it.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I'm just kind of relating it into maybe
Yeah.
a term that you can, understand.
Okay.
So you got seasickness, and I'm just like, nope, I need a break. Yeah, and this time around, it was funny because she laughed. She expected it. Like, yeah, okay, we'll take a break.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was good times.
Did you throw up?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I made sure to avoid that kind of embarrassment. But,
Thankfully.
yeah, and same thing. That was the first time was at the skip pad, private day, but you had a really beat down 240 an S13.
Oh yeah,
If
that
I
was
recall
the Weed
correctly.
Whacker car. Yeah, it
The
sounded like
Weed
a Weed
Whacker
Whacker.
car.
That was
Yeah.
her first drift car.
Yeah.
Really clapped out pile. Yeah.
You don't have it still, do you?
No. I sold it.
You'd
I
probably
was
sell
so
for
broke.
10.
I was so
Yeah.
broke back then. I had to sell it just to keep going. I had to sell her just to keep drifting.
Yeah, but I still remember though, and maybe the dynamic has changed, but one of the reasons why you told me to get into the seat is that you don't have the patience to try to teach her, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
Is that still the case? Or?
Yeah, I can't teach her. I'm not her Huckleberry there. I get in the car, I tell her what to do, she doesn't do it, and then she gets mad at me. She won't get mad at you, but somehow we butt heads in the car.
That's
The husband and wife
Yeah, that's
thing,
husband.
you know. Even
Yeah.
driving
Don't
out,
tell me what to do.
for some reason, I could tell her what to do, but she doesn't. I don't want to pick on her. She doesn't have great motor skills. It does not come naturally, and she could take it from you and actually.
Ben probably
Work-
delivers
work-
it a little better too, though.
Grace has not always been my forte. You want honesty? I'm great. It's
Yeah.
going to be blunt.
Yeah, that's one thing that throughout the years I've known about you and appreciated about you is that you will just. Some may say that you're thinking out loud, but others will consider it labeled as being quite utterly blunt and frank.
Yeah, she told me the other day. She was like, "I'm so grateful," and she's like, "I don't think we could ever date again, either of us. You know, we got to stay together forever." And she's like, I know that no matter what you're thinking, it's I know what it is because you told me the truth. You never, you know what I mean? I was like,
Right.
well, that's true. It might not have been well said. And it might not have been real smooth, but it was the truth. So
Yeah, but one thing when you do say the truth, like you say it in a way that, like, I think because I remember, and this is
That
the memory that I
E46
have.
went-
Yeah, the E46. When I met
the
you and
kid-
you were unloading, yeah, when you were there too, right?
Yeah, I was there. I was
So
laughing.
you had just pulled up, you had just bought the E46, and you were pulling it up, and you're like, "Yeah, I got it." And there's some stuff here that's pretty.
You were
janky.
talking to the kid that
Well, no.
built-
Then the kid
Yeah.
came up and he was all excited. Oh yeah, you bought the car, and you started just like, yeah, well, this is not really right, and that's not really right, and this is, I don't know what you're thinking with this. That kid went from like glowing to like,
I hate that. And
but you didn't do it in a
You
mean
didn't do
way.
it- no.
I know.
Like, but you were just like, yeah, well, this kind of sucks, and it's really not that great of a car.
But
I
you
think I
said it
paid
really
you-
nicely.
Yeah, but that's just your tone. Your tone was great. But you
like,
just see like it was like a deflating Thanksgiving Day balloon, right? It's like, oh my gosh, Goku is deflated.
I hate it when I do that.
Do you realize you do it when?
No,
Oh,
I never know till after the fact.
Oh,
I am not aware enough to catch. Sometimes I catch it like 90% through, but generally it's far over by the time I realize what happened, and I'm like, oh man, I could have done that a
That
million
ship's sinking
times
up.
better.
Yeah.
I dislike that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Can't have it all, right?
no, you can't. Yeah.
So where were we? Hold on, we were back. Oh, we were dating this.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
yes,
got
we were
stuck
dating.
with Brittany driving somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out. So, yeah, I don't even know where we were with it. We're talking about how long you've been driving for.
Okay,
We're
so I
talking
finished competing back in, what did we come up with this morning? When was Charlotte Nursery?
It was like 2012.
2012. Then we did, then we sent the car to Aruba. Then it went to Curacao. Then it went to Jamaica. Then it came here and they went back to Jamaica again. So we did that Caribbean drift trip a couple times with Tirola, which was amazing. And then I sold the car and I bought a boat. So I think that was probably 2013, 2014.
Right.
Where'd that car go?
It went to Canada. It went to Edmonton, Canada. The guy drove down here. I took him out on the boat. We went fishing.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and then he packed up the car and went and drove all the way. I
cow.
think it was like a 34-hour round trip. Straight like
Jeez.
drive time, log drive time.
Jeez.
Wow,
And then
that's
the car
crazy.
got, what was that weird body kit that looked like a Dodge front end on
you're
an
talking
S14?
about like the
yeah.
Datsun. The
Yeah,
Datsun kit.
it got one of those
Charger,
kits.
whatever.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like
It
that.
got one of those kits on it, and
Yeah.
I guess they finally blew it up. But it ran for years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like
That's
indestructible.
crazy.
So that was
That's
good.
funny.
Yeah, I mean Canada. So that's a drive. You
Yeah.
wouldn't think that you couldn't find something. Must have been a
Closer.
really good deal.
I don't know. I think I felt like I came out like a bandit on it because that car was a little banged up.
Yeah.
You grinded
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 50 grind.
Yeah,
Just
oh,
kidding.
man.
We actually hit that car so hard when that Miata, Kirkland or whoever, that green Miata, he hit me so hard at PBR. He went into the tires hard, and I kept going because I was like, oh, he's out from here. He
Yeah.
came ricocheting out of the tires at like 9,400 miles an hour into my door, pushed the entire roll cage over.
Yeah, I remember that.
It hurt.
And
Like,
you guys fixed
actually-
that thing.
Kurt Durgin, or I don't remember his name, but
It does ring a bell.
he made a go-kart out of that Miata afterwards.
Wasn't that heavy set kid?
Not that heavy, no.
Dirt.
No, I remember this. I remember the car. I
Yeah.
remember the green.
During the CFRC days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the car.
And that was probably the worst hit I ever had during drifting. So that car was really banged up. Remember the quarter panels underneath the wide body were like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I got 12 grand for that car, 12.5 or something.
Wow.
Which was
that's
I think that
actually
was solid in that time.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
he knew. I openly sent him pictures and
all
all
of
the
the
damage. He
stuff?
knew of all of it. So I was like clean-hearted about it. It was great.
Yeah. Well, that's
So the
good.
guy from Canada knew all the backstory of it. So it was totally fine.
crazy.
Yeah. So that was cool.
But let me ask you this, because I went on to the Caribbean trips with you, and the thought of just you being in another country and then having to deal with car breaking down or breaking apart or having like car issues, mechanical issues of some kind, and not having access to your tool set or an expansive replacement parts stores that you could easily go down the street to. Were there any sort of did you have to do some like crazy ingenuity to kind of like go around and fix some of the problems?
Yeah, and not only that is once you talk about that, I mean, we're talking about Curacao and Aruba and all these events, but people probably don't even know about this. So probably want to talk a little bit about what this actually was.
Yeah. True. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
So
let's
to
let-
kind of maybe you can help me out.
Are you digging at a particular
Of course he is.
point you remember? Well, I remember one. I'll go down that road. If
Well, I
that's
mean,
the one.
there was several. That's the thing, and that was where one of the. It's
When we
like
tied
you and Ryan.
Chelsea was there.
I know, but I guess because I was mostly hanging around with you guys, you just like elevated the experience to a whole nother level because it wasn't just about the drifting that made it just a great experience, but it's also just your characters and the way how you kind of like went about to make the most out of the situation that just made it so much better. So we can delve into that, but essentially what that event was is just sort of like an exhibition where we get some of the
Invitation only.
Well, it was an invitational event that Harry Tavola put together to bring some of our top drivers from.
Now Harry Tavola was probably one of the first drift organizers in Florida. Correct? I think he was the first one to actually organize drift events.
I think so.
Yeah, Hialeah, right?
Hialeah.
No, I think
Like on a regular basis.
There was it was DJ Trials.
There was DG Trials.
DG Trials. Yeah.
DG Trials.
Okay, but he was one of the first.
He was definitely one of the first.
And he also had the St. Petersburg drifting events too.
Yes.
But anyhow, so Harry had got involved with some people from the islands, and put together a crew of drivers to be able to ship their cars to the islands to have friendly exhibition competitions.
Yep. And
So
Harry built a custom container where we fit 5 cars in a 53, so it was a double decker. 150 tires or so, because we had to go for 3 rounds, or maybe more tires. We had it just jam full. I think majority of us were LS cars.
Okay.
Besides Fink, and depending which round, we had the S2000. The
Day run.
that was before me. That was before this round.
Oh, really?
Day run didn't go with us.
Okay.
But anyhow, the point you're getting at is I think that one of the times we were there with Chelsea DeNofa.
Yes.
And I think I broke a dog gear in second gear, and I couldn't get the transmission to stay in gear. And we took some rope and tied. I think Chelsea actually ran over to the pits and tied my shifter, locked it in second gear to the roll cage, and we had a ball and just drove the car in second gear. It was fine. It was awesome.
He took a rope and he just.
Yeah, we locked it in second gear, tied the shifter, went back around to the roll cage, came back around, and locked it in second gear so it couldn't spit out a second. Because I was holding it in hand, trying to one-hand drive the whole time, and I couldn't handbrake. And it was a really, really tight track. And I believe you were judging and gave me second, and I thought you cheated me, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, we could go back to that.
So why did you give him second?
No,
Not that it
so,
matters.
okay, in retrospect, so at the time, I made a call based on what I saw, and I stood by it because of just feeling that this is my angle, my perspective, and this is what I saw. But having discussions with the guys afterwards, and again, this continues to happen nowadays in drifting and competition, is that they made me realize things that I couldn't see from another perspective.
Right.
So then it's obviously that constant battle of just, like you mentioned, the vantage point. It's like that the judges are going to be seeing the competition one way, while the spectators and the drivers are going to be seeing it from a different perspective as well.
That's always the case of drifting. And I think it's important for you just to stick by your call. Realistically, I think for the judges is probably better analyze the data. If they missed a viewpoint, analyze it. But I just like to give you a hard time about it. I just think it's funny because I beat that dude. Yeah. I felt that way, but it's irrelevant. You know what I mean?
So right. You guys were going against the locals.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And, they have.
So it was like U.S. versus.
And they have S15s. They have JZ cars. They have sick cars over there, and the dudes are just so passionate about it. So I want to go back.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I might have heard a little bit about there might be a little.
Are they still doing it?
Another request to go back to Aruba.
Oh my.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Go.
I'd be pumped to go.
But I mean, I will admit though that I was really sort of I want to say wound up, but I really was kind of worked up over like what happened, because obviously it's just like we have like a personal relationship, and the way how like you came at me, even though it was, I mean, from what I recall at the time, it was a bit strong. Well, no, it's true, because he was like, I understand his viewpoint. Man? Exactly. It was kind of like that.
Are you blind?
And pretty much.
Kick some dirt over the home plate.
Yeah. But it was actually like that. And obviously I sort of, I remember at the time just sort of like being really affected by it, because it was a matter of like, damn, I really screwed up. And I and I hate to see it affect someone that I know personally and I get along so well with, get affected by it like that. And it took me a while to realize, like, you got to be able to kind of like separate it from it.
Yeah.
But, nowadays, we've mentioned it already, and that's why, if I were to get, called upon to be a judge again, I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
like,
but little did Bill know that you actually are like part of the CIA or something,
So
or
you're
he's
going-
another being from another planet. Oh god! So you're actually pretty lucky you didn't get like teleported somewhere.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I remember you were butthurt about it. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Butthurt. Like it was like, oh, it's not that. Afterwards, it's not that serious. It's okay. I was just mad for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
like I mentioned, it's sort of, just to see you like that. And I hate to see you
Yeah.
like that because I feel like
But then you extracted the lesson from it that you're like, okay, I have to be able to turn off this part of, if you're judging.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where it's like, if I were to do it again, it's like I could easily separate it. And I've been in situations where it's like, well, I mean, that's how I feel. That's how I saw it. That's my viewpoint.
Yeah.
And not only that, to add to my argument at the time, it's not like we had replays.
Right. Yeah.
Or camera angles or anything
Right.
like that. I just basically had to look at it, base it off memory, and just make a decision right then and there.
100%.
And unfortunately, I was gonna ruffle some feathers. And
And I think that's normal, and that's the way it is. And that's always been one of drifting's biggest, I think, drawbacks if you're really serious. But I think it's only a drawback for the drivers, and only the 15% of hardcore fans that actually grasp it that deeply.
Yeah.
I think drifting's other drawback is trying to keep a hot track.
Yeah.
Kill dead zones.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a real problem. It's
Yeah.
like we need to eliminate these dead zones at events.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
I think with the knockout qualifying, I think that helps a lot, right?
yeah,
Knockout. What do they call, knockout bracket or something?
yeah.
So let me ask you this: when you're thinking about drifting, as far as the future of drifting, and we brought this up with a lot of other drivers, where do you see the future of drifting going? But before you
Competitive
answer, we talk a lot about how popular drift exhibitions have gotten, like the LZ World Tour or LS Fest, right? Things that they're competitions, but not really competitions, right? How that seems to draw a pretty big audience and a lot of drivers. Do you see that as taking over the future of drifting, or do you still see like Formula Drift still going to be leading the way 5 years from now?
No, I think that if you could. When did wrestling do really?
Yeah.
WWE. Not that it has to be fake, but I think if you could put on a constant show, I don't even want to. I'd rather not air this because I think somebody would want to do it, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
I think that if you got 40 dudes, solid stud drivers, and they drove together as like a team, as brothers, you know what I mean, and like door to door,
Right.
Yeah.
got comfortable and did it for 3 hours. Enough time you could rotate cars in and out.
Build personalities.
If you want to have a
pick
little
some rivalries.
yeah. If you want to have a little competition in it or of sorts,
like wrestling kind of
Yeah,
like
something like
some
that.
trash talking, but
that I think that would be more productive than any of it.
I
Look at
think
what
crowd-pleasing
Cletus
would be.
does.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Let's take 50 cars, 60 drift cars, put them on the round track for 2
Right.
Yeah.
hours.
Ultimates
I'll
or
do it.
vans. What are they doing?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Ultimates.
But they're doing vans now.
They're doing
with
vans. Yeah.
Give us a
So-
10 minutes at DeSoto on the bank
Yeah,
with 30 cars. Let's go.
That would be insane. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if I can make tires. It'd be really fun because you'd have to
Yeah.
like turn lap times,
Yeah.
drift a little, but actually conserve tires to try to
Right.
make 8 minutes and not totally wreck out.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
yeah. It would be fun.
So I see there's still going to be competitive drifting at a high level. Like Chelsea bailing out.
Okay,
What does that mean? What did
Yeah.
that mean to him?
I think it was a lot to be competitive, or not be competitive, but I think it weighs a lot on you to have that
Zapping
constant
the fun out of it.
Right. It weighs a lot on you. He's driving a car that a lot of people say is just not fun to drive. Right. It's a difficult car to drive, and I mean he had other opportunities to do all these other exhibitions.
Right.
Right. And he won the championship. So it's like, what better time?
I was
bow out?
blown away with it. I really thought I would see him go do like the European scene.
Drift Masters.
Oh, really?
Drift Masters at a high level.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised. I would still not be surprised if I saw that soon.
Right.
Just to still have some of that competitive nature and to delete some of the Formula Drift issues.
Yeah.
Like the way they money suck and some
Oh,
of
yeah,
the negatives out of FD.
yeah.
But that level of competition, I think it kind of at some point just sucks the fun out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were talking to Freddie Asbo, and he said, I think he was saying that it's sometimes hard to get motivated. Right? I mean,
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
You know, for
Yeah.
Osbo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
top tier driver, 15 years
Yeah.
as a top tier driver.
Right.
Right?
And it's not because they don't love driving. I think it gets monotonous.
Yeah.
And
In the schedule, it's, you know, the schedule's hard to hold,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
It's a lot. It's a lot
It
of work.
is a lot.
So, and he does a lot of stunt driving over in Norway and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And does a lot of other stuff. But I really think my opinion is, and you're starting to see it, right? What was it you posted up where they had like face-offs? Like they had like two cars and these guys are fighting, they're battling each other. Was that the LZ World Tour? One of you guys posted it in the chat.
Oh, it was me.
Was it you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know? Okay. Well, anyways, making it like this person's battling this person, right? So not necessarily making a rivalry, but trying to build excitement.
Yeah. Oh, well, Formula Drift did that last year.
No, but you
And they-
guys posted something.
Are we talking about the Russian series or the Polish series? Or one of the, there was a series, a photo that an event photo that you sent over, I think, Ben.
Yeah.
That was like
Recently.
a very aggressive. I don't think it was recently, but that it was like it looked like a UFC card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I
Is
don't
it Hot
remember-
Pit?
No, it was over in Russia or something like that.
Oh,
It was
okay.
over there.
I think at some point it goes from at a certain, like, the ProAM level's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
You know, it's still, you get a little bit of the pressure and you get some camaraderie.
Yeah.
And there's still fun there. But there's no spectators there.
No, there's no.
Or you know, it's hard to gear that as a spectator event, especially with the locations.
No,
that
we
we're
actually
driving.
came to watch Ryan at one of the rounds, and we were like the only one. Ryan Kaufman. Yeah, we came to watch Ryan Kaufman, and we just had one spectator next to us.
Really?
And he didn't know what the hell was going on. He was
Oh,
new,
yeah.
He was new to drifting, never seen it like ever.
He was just stoked
So
to be there.
he
and
was
watch the show.
stoked to watch it, but he's like, I just don't understand, like what's going on. So we're trying to explain to him what's going on. It's just like every time I talk about it, I feel like stupider and stupider talking about it because it's just like,
You
yeah,
said that last month.
It's not clear.
Yeah.
It's not clear who won.
Right.
It's like, I thought that person won, but no, and they got to explain why. And it's just like, this will never work. It's got to be able to see clearly who won.
Yeah. Somebody's got to be able to go to the event and be able to be like, okay, I understand who's winning and why they're winning.
Right.
And I think it needs to be simplified a little bit for the spectators.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it still has to, the winner still has to win, and it still has to be fair.
Yeah.
But it has to be dumbed down to the point where I can go, like, even with like soccer, like I started watching soccer and I understood the concept, right? There's some rules I didn't understand, right? Offsides. That took me a while to figure that out. Like, what the heck's offsides? Like, that's what does that even mean?
Right.
Because I'm used to playing football, right?
Right.
I think fighting works better because, like, even the UFC is because if they don't knock each other out, it is a judged sport, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's the knockout that makes it exciting, or the submission that makes it
The
exciting.
anticipation of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's when it goes to the judges, it's everybody's just like, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, because then people are
Well,
upset.
here's another aspect. Do you think the majority of uneducated in drifting, not uneducated people, but
Yeah, no, I get you.
unformalized in what we do you think they're there just to catch a crash?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think so.
Is that what
Yes.
it's there
When
for?
that car flipped,
mean,
people
come on.
were like, whoa.
Or is it there to watch drifting? You have to think about that.
I think
I
it's a
think
mix.
it's the excitement. They're looking
The
for
excitement.
excitement, right?
So,
and
so
cars
you have an
crashing
event
or
where cars are
excitement.
dragging the wall.
Uh-huh.
Occasionally one stuffs, which really sucks, but
Yeah.
we do that sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to judge all that. Is that what it's for, or do they want to watch competition? I think that, like, the Fuel Fest layout, where there's 5-car trains just running all day long.
Yeah.
Now I think that people are much happier to watch that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
actually,
No, I
you bring
agree.
that up. When I was watching from the fence, I can't tell you how many the kids were like, "Dude, I'm at a drifting event. Look!" And they're like showing their friends I'm at a drifting event watching drifting. They could care less what's going on.
Right.
And I did tell Chris, I was like, you're doing Fuel Fest. This just needs to be a driver day for ride-alongs, right? Drivers are happy, giving ride-alongs, making new fans, and people are happy. What? Oh my goodness!
He did it. He did
just
it.
ran
I told
himself.
him to do it. I told him to do it, and he did it.
Oh man,
He did it.
I gotta get another chair. Oh, what's up? He lives like
How you
right
doing,
on,
dude?
he lives like right on the
How
corner.
are you, buddy?
What's up, man?
How do you know to sneak in here?
Dímelo, man.
So last thing I was listening to right now was the whole soccer.
Here, take.
No, it's fine. I could just take a.
He's gonna grab
Yeah,
another
he's
chair.
gonna go have a chair.
All right.
How delayed is this from like the actual live stream?
No, it's just live.
No,
Well,
I know, but
maybe
they're still like.
like 15, 20 seconds.
Okay, so you guys are still talking about like soccer and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I gotta figure this out. Wait, hold on, I gotta make some
You
adjustments.
too, man.
Yeah,
You too.
I
I love that you're wearing the hat. I'm like, okay,
course,
yeah, I have
man.
to come by. I have to come by and say, hey.
Of course not. I was gonna wear the shirt too, but I don't know. I didn't put it on.
Are you close?
He
I
lives
live-
like 5 minutes away.
Yeah,
Really?
pretty much, yeah.
Awesome.
I went to I was actually at the Hard Rock. I was at Eliza. She's like a no, it was like a comedy. Thing.
Okay, gotcha.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
when I saw the thing was live, I'm like, I'm on my way home, and I told my wife, it's like, let's go crash this party.
We gotta go
have
stop
to
it.
go. And yeah, we just had to do it. She's in the car. She's not happy. But
She doesn't love it, huh? She's not thrilled.
she's not thrilled, but you know, she'll be okay.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, it won't be the last time.
Yeah. So, anyways, what were we talking about? We're talking about making. Well, I was talking about Fuel Fest, and we talked about this too, right? That Fuel Fest isn't an event that needs to be for the fans, right? Doing
Yeah.
ride-alongs.
Yeah.
And I was saying we were talking about what do they really come for?
I think Bill got like the second most laps
Ride-alongs.
with ride-alongs,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know.
think so.
I who was? Oh, Chelsea did. Chelsea was first.
Well, no. I think because Chelsea had like the.
Yeah,
Four-door.
he was doing
Yeah,
three at a
taxi.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
taxiing
right.
that
He
bad
doesn't count.
boy.
That is
Yeah,
Which I'm
exactly.
like, next year we should build like an SS.
Seriously.
And-
yeah.
Yeah. I think
How many did you do?
I think it was 48.
Oh, so you did more than I did.
Oh yeah. I beat
you,
everybody.
Okay, so you are the top dog.
Yes.
I
He
think
had
I-
two cars. He was switching them out.
Okay,
switch it.
so I
Yeah.
think I did 37, and I gave my family 6.
Oh, there you
I
go.
gave
So-
6.
yeah.
I took my wife twice. She hasn't been in years, and then I took my one crew guy
Okay.
twice, and
Okay.
so I did
That's
6 rides outside of that. And I for the first time I drove that car, I just drove it nonstop, and I did it one gear change. So
Tyler gave you a good setup.
the car is solid. It needs a lot of little detail stuff, but
Okay.
I beat the snot out of it, and I didn't overheat. It didn't
good.
didn't miss shift. I didn't have any. It will do it.
That's good.
It'll go.
Yeah.
So setup wise, the car was not set up when I got it. Like alignment set up, it needs to be set up.
Yeah,
I'm working on
subframe
that
was
now.
cracked or
The
something.
front subframe's bent, and I didn't know that. And one wheel in the back has like -5 camber, one doesn't. It's so it was not, and I did not touch that pre-event. I just drove it the way it
Okay,
was.
he's fine.
It needs a little love, a little caressing.
That's not
But
bad.
I beat the snot out of it all day. Ran 25 gallons of E85 through it. That's a good
my
solid
gosh.
test.
That is a good.
And
solid test.
before I realized I needed to run fourth, I was on the limiter for the first half a day. So
You used more gas than I did, so.
He's on rev limiter.
I was just banging the limiter.
Yeah, no, I love the analogy of what Freddie said about the gears.
Yes. So you have a quick change in your car.
Yeah.
At least
On
on
one.
your
Yeah,
Pro
yeah.
Spec car. This is my first time with it, and the notes in the gearboxes from Tyler were like big gear on top equals 280, and I'm like, all right. So I took it out. Big gear was on top. Put the 280 gear set in, which was my lowest gear set with big gear on top, and I'm like, I'm still on limiter. So I just drove the car in fourth. And I was like, screw this. I'll learn it. I'll educate myself on this later. I just want to take as many rides as I can.
I mean, from my understanding, we always try to drive it on fourth gear.
Because it's 1-to-1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, Freddie comes by later in the pits and he's like, "No, dude, think about it this way." He's like, Someone taught me this analogy years ago. I'll never forget it." And he's like, "You'll get it." He's like, "Big gear on top. Think of a big girl on top. You're getting a slow ride. Little girl on top. You're going fast. Don't worry." And I was like, "Okay, that's it. We're both."
That's such a Freddy thing.
So,
Yeah.
man, it was fun.
Nice.
I did not. I regret I'm watching videos, and I regret not being closer and not running the exit of the track.
It was a new car, though.
I was super conservative all day.
It's
Besides
like
the rev limiter, I was
You
super
regret it until
conservative.
you actually hit somebody and break a bunch of things. I did good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just so conservative. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to dial the car in and actually go drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, got it. I need tires. Which I knew you were coming. I would have said, "I'll meet you somewhere. I need to go get a load of tires."
Well, you can swing by the house after, bro. Pick up some
He's
tires.
right on the
You got
corner.
tires at home?
I don't have that many, but I could give you some.
We got enough for a test day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might legitimately take you up on that. If you're
Yeah,
gonna
he's
go.
like right around the
It's
corner.
like 24/7. It's like no.
Let's go. Yeah.
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 We were talking about the smoke tires last time, and he's gonna maybe do like a deposit, see if he can get people to buy those smoke tires.
I was actually watching because you guys reposted a thing this week, and I'm like, okay, we gotta start like figuring this thing
Did
out.
you look at the
Yeah.
analytics on the post at all? Did you get any views on the smoke tire area?
You
You get any feedback?
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did okay.
Yeah, that's all
I
right.
honestly think they will sell. Like
They will.
Yeah,
They will. I want a
they
blue.
will.
You like blue? Yeah, your car's
Yeah,
blue.
yeah.
I'm a
It's
blue.
like-
I'm a blue guy.
Yeah.
So
you got your first customer.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Sold.
I'll smash the set of
Yeah,
blue
I'm
ones
sure
for
Harry
sure.
would grab a couple
Yeah.
because he likes blue.
And also, there's a whole sub-market. You really kind of need blue and red eventually.
And pink.
The baby shower thing. The
That-
baby
that's-
shower.
that's the whole thing.
The
Reveal.
reveal.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby
Yeah.
shower. The reveal is critical because everybody can run over powder and it's lame.
Right.
Yeah.
So that there is a small market there, but then the
Yeah.
rest of us
No,
just want to be
definitely. I
idiots and
think-
have blue smoke.
I'll be the first. I gotta.
No, I'll be there with you, dude. I'm with you.
It's like,
100%, dude.
I
Let's
want to
go.
be
Yeah.
running that blue smoke.
Yeah, me too. I love blue. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to wrap that car blue. I don't know if I'll get it done before round one. But
Oh, that'll be
I
awesome.
can't. I don't know if you guys know this, but green is my least favorite color.
Oh, I did not know. that, no.
Absolutely least favorite. And that S13 in my garage, just as green and
green.
hideous as it could get. Lime green. This thing's lime green. I'm like, oh, I tried to buy a car that didn't
It
look.
wasn't green.
Not Drift HQ green. This is like the other.
You know what? Drift HQ green does look good. Their cars.
they're
are,
uniform,
You
they
can't
show
knock
up
their
together.
cars. They build some fire vehicles.
Yeah.
So, but I want Drift HQ quality, but in blue.
Yeah.
I'm a blue. Blue's my favorite color.
Yeah,
So,
there you
and
go.
I never had it before. I always had white base with blue vinyl, and now it's going to be blue, white, and then
Right.
probably white wheels.
Yeah.
So
Well, back on topic. I'm actually glad you're here because we didn't bring this up when you were here. As far as when it comes to competition and spectators, we're saying that so basically you want to be able to have an spectator come in and be able to grasp the concept. A lot of times we were talking about when we were at the finals of last year's ProAM, we had a group of guys that were there watching, never saw drifting before, had no idea what's going on. So we're, thankfully we're there, we're explaining everything to them. But for the most part, people when they watch it for the first time, they don't understand. That's what I was talking about soccer. Like you can watch soccer if you don't know anything about it. You understand they got to get the soccer in the goal. And then Paul brought up like UFC, right? You're looking for the knockout, but then there is judging aspect. So how can you successfully change or work the judging in a way that it's incentivized knockouts to drifting. Yeah, it might be incentivized. Yeah. But how can you change it? I mean, because right now it's very technical, and the drivers want it to be technical.
I think like everything, right? Like, that's one of the things that I always try to emphasize to everybody. You gotta teach everyone how drifting is, right? Like that's like your grandma, dude. Like tell her how it is, because I think the closest thing is like baseball. Baseball's, if you've never watched baseball in your life and you start seeing it in TV, you're gonna be like, what's going on, right? Why does the bad guy hit it and then he has to run
Why is he running this? Right, exactly.
Why is it a foul? Why is it a home run?
Yeah, like it's very simple if you've been watching it your whole life, but if you erase baseball all throughout and you start watching it, you're like, what's going on? And the best thing about it, if you go watch T-ball, dude, it's amazing. Like the kids hit the ball and they run to third base. That way.
Yeah.
So I think drifting is essentially the same way when you start watching it, or anybody that doesn't know anything about it and they start watching it. It's like, why isn't this guy passing him? It's like, why aren't they trying that? And it's somewhat that we as a community have to try to teach as much as possible to everybody that's watching it, because for us it seems simple, but for somebody that's never watched drifting before in their life, which is probably like
majority of people that show up.
We've been like that's been our focus for what 20 years, guys.
Yeah.
You know, you for sure. You probably, Paul, because you were at probably my first event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 18 years ago. But we've been trying to educate people for 20 years, and we need to have, we still need to be better at it. It needs to be, but I think that there needs to be a hyper focus on event movement too. Our current event thing doesn't work for the average spectator.
You lose interest.
Now, running 5-car trains nonstop, that's a show.
Yeah.
But our competition layout is just too much downtime. The one more times, the this, the that, the tire changes. It's really hard.
Well,
run through.
I don't mean to like cut you off or interject, but oftentimes
You better watch
that
out.
is a
You better
problem.
watch out.
I know. He'll snap. I know. You guys know this, and I know you don't want to like bring out any names, and that's fine. And we don't have to, but oftentimes it's the organization of the event and the series and the
100%.
competition
That
is
makes a world.
huge factor in the way how the competition is run in regards to back-to-back runs. Because when you have a disorganized event, you're gonna see runs like 10-minute runs happen, in between, and you're like, why is there so much downtime? And
Yeah,
it's
the
because-
driver wasn't informed, or the cars weren't staged up properly. Lack of information. Yeah, that's always an issue. And yeah, I'm sure as you drive different groups, you see different situations. Of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, silly stuff that shouldn't happen, really.
Yeah.
I think Formula Drift has been doing a pretty good job on trying to like
This last couple of years,
like do more of a show, like
How about-
this downtime to like go away, seating bracket, like the new way of a seating bracket is doing this year with like the points and stuff. So
How about those terrible 3 commercials that play on repeat if you're watching live stream?
yeah. But I think it's one of the things that they're trying to like make better. You know,
100%.
Like now with the whole seating bracket, and everybody has to be ready. If not, you lose your spot. It's
Right.
I think it's getting there, but it's like, if baseball would have started 20 years ago, it still would have been a mess.
That's a good mentality.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean-
and I think it just falls down to us. Like we are, as a community, we have to try to get people to understand what it's about. Because once you understand what the whole thing entails, then it just makes it better. Like you understand what's going on, and you want to know what's gonna happen. And if the judges make a call that you're not 100% agree with, like overall, I think it just makes it into a better show in the end, basically.
Yeah.
Well, do you see it being more? I think where we're really going with this is, do you see it being more hardcore competition, like straight up, or actually get to a point where we have a group of 40 guys that are kind of buddy, and we're going there to put on a show with a competition?
I think it's going to be competition driven.
Okay.
Ultimately, like if you look at, all right, so Formula One, how it became all super popular in the United States, it was nothing before the next week's show. And once you start seeing that back to back with different drivers, that's
The
when
rivalry and
But they
that's
created
when-
that rivalry too. Like
exactly.
and
That's
what-
when everybody like really wanted to see what was going to happen,
okay.
So I personally think that that's basically what it needs. It needs that.
So basically,
the
take
way
this.
that you guys were saying, like
Right.
wrestling, like
Yeah.
even though it's all fake,
Yeah.
but ultimately in the back end you have that back to back. That's what brings people over.
Right. So
The
you still have to keep
storylines.
right. So keeping it still the structured competition, but building the storylines and building those characters up.
Yeah.
But you need to have consistent characters that are willing to just. I mean, everybody wants to a lot of times be humble. I think there are some good drivers that make fun. Like I think Jeff Jones does a good job, right? They do their dance or they do something to try to interact.
He's
with the crowd.
always been fun.
He's always been fun.
He's always been
doors.
fun. I feel like
Haley's
Jeff
like-
Jones reminds me of me.
Haley
He's
would
wild.
be.
Oh, Haley, yeah.
If I was watching like something the first time, I think
Right.
Haley is like the guy to watch.
Haley?
Like his-
Haley, yeah.
Andy, like he makes it so fun, and like all the different things that he comes up with. I don't know what he's smoking when he
No,
comes
I know.
up
I know.
with the things that he come up with. But
People wear his hats, the cone hats, the drift
yeah,
ones,
and I have him on my notifications whenever he posts something new because he's hilarious. Like,
right.
That you like it that much. See, that's he's winning.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
winning. And even
I don't
with
know
you.
how he doesn't have much more following
followers.
than what he has, because it's just hilarious, like the things that he come up with.
But you need those personalities. You need these drivers with good personalities, whether they have a big following or not. It's going to help drive the sport forward. I think that's what Formula One did. They started creating these rivalries.
Yeah.
I think that's what Formula Drift needs to do. Whether
And
they're
they
doing
faked it a little bit, I think. Like the drivers kept complaining about, like, oh no, that's not real. But
Yeah.
ultimately, I think that's what people want to watch. They want the drama and like the conflict.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
It's
love
like-
drama.
Yeah.
Well, I feel a little different in regards to like the Formula One, and I just think maybe Lewis, you could back me up on this because it seems like you follow too. I think the rivalries are just natural. It's just part of the natural part of the sport because you actually have like all these different personalities. Obviously, that I mean, one thing and one thread they have in common is that they all want to win,
Right.
But they're not always going to be in the best car to win. So every so often you have the team that gets it right with the right driver and everything,
Right.
and then all of a sudden they're dominating, and then these rivalries are starting getting to be created,
Right.
Because either A, they're all trying to beat this driver,
Right.
or maybe in the midfield you have like these sets of drivers that like have constantly been getting in contact with one another,
Yeah.
and then having that sort of like drama play out.
Right. But the point is that the rivalries will happen. You're going to
Yeah,
have
no matter what.
rivalries, right?
It's
It's going to happen.
competition. Yeah.
But as a
Recording
organization, exactly, emphasizing that and bringing the audience into that rivalry is telling a story. Like they could just let those rivalries go and it's behind the scenes. Nobody knows.
Yeah, maybe
And
dramatize
it's
them a little
happened.
bit
Dramatize
more.
it.
The past
Yeah.
10 years it's happened, and like nobody ever finds out
Right.
because he was just like
Well, I'll tell you what,
Chelsea's thing.
Chelsea's story still goes around. I watched it the other day. It popped up about him chewing the spec guy out. What is his name in the pit? Put it in the dang trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that still that goes, but
Yeah.
that's not a professional image on Chelsea on one hand.
No, but it,
You know
but
what I
it
mean?
gained a lot of attention. And the next round, Formula Drift talked about it too.
Yeah.
So they didn't hide
But
it.
he was also penalized a little bit for it too.
How much, and
You
he
know.
still took the
We
championship.
will never know.
Yeah, exactly. exactly.
That's very true.
But the best one that just kills me is when they did it when he's like in the scooter.
Yeah.
That they made it seem like what's that movie?
Devo.
Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday, yeah.
Bro,
Friday, yeah.
that was
That's
just hilarious.
awesome.
dude.
That's awesome.
And that's what just brings people over to keep watching it.
That's
like,
true.
To see if something like that happens
Right.
again.
Yeah, it was something that actually happened.
And that was totally organic.
organic. That's
It was
what, yeah.
absolutely organic, just
Right.
normal content.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe you got to
Intriguing.
start yelling at
Love it.
people.
Yeah.
Wait, listen, I got in trouble last time. You remember I was
Oh,
riding?
you're right. That was in
I was in
Road
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
And there was this
Oh, that's
third
right.
gen Supra.
Dude, he would
Beautiful
initiate
car.
at the first clip.
Initiate
at
and
the
then
first
brake
clip.
check you, and you're like, I'm hucking. I only have 300 horsepower. Everyone has 6. I'm hucking the car in, as everything I have, and then he'd check you up, and then take off.
There was like the normal Road Atlanta.
Yeah, normal
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
But
so-
he wouldn't break traction until the first clip. And I
Yeah.
don't know why they weren't zeroing him out.
And I'd huck the car in from back here.
Yeah,
and
the
then- and then
initiation point.
He'd finally initiate, and then they got 600 horsepower. He just so he was doing this the whole time, and it seemed purposeful. Maybe they said afterwards that he just was above his skill level at that event.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know,
can't-
but-
it should have been 0. If you don't initiate at the initiation, 0.
I agree,
Yeah,
but
right.
then he spun out, and I flicked him off as I passed by through the windshield.
but
and-
that's because he'd done it to Ryan really bad. And
Yeah,
Ryan,
he
took
did
the-
Ryan really bad.
Ryan Kaufman
knocked
really
him out.
dirty, yeah.
And he did him really dirty. And Ryan and I are boys. And
Yeah.
I flicked him off as I went by, and they drug me through the ringer for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took all my points away. I won the event. They took my points away from that event.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's insane.
And I guess it is unsportsmanlike conduct, I guess. But what are you supposed to be? You're going to be men. Or you're going to be girls.
Right,
It's like,
exactly.
if it's a
You know what I
show-
mean?
Yeah.
Look, we've talked about it.
I mean, you saw
our
the
filters
Daytona
look alike.
thing. The guy, the Corvette driver, flicking. It's his own shirts and stuff now. It's like it's what people want to see.
That's
Right,
true.
right,
Yeah.
You know?
right.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah.
So-
I get it.
Well, we'll see.
I mean,
We'll see where it goes. I mean, it's constantly evolving.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Okay,
Wife's in the-
before you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Are you going to be up?
Good to see you.
Yeah. Swing by.
All right.
Hit me up
I'll
after.
message you.
Yeah.
Okay. If we don't
Say-
stay too late, I'll shoot you a
Thanks
message.
for coming by.
For
No,
sure,
you
man.
can come by anytime.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Later, dude. Good to see you.
You're always
Thank you.
welcome. Always welcome, Lewis. Lewis Lawns, everybody. Lewis
There
Lawns.
you go. Mr. Zach.
Mr. Zach. That's funny. Yeah, he lives right around the corner.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's convenient.
Did you know he was going to stop by?
Yes.
He said in the chat that it was. I said,
Oh, it was in the
he's
chat.
like, oh, I might crash the party. I was like, do it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
In caps. And then I was like, well, let's see what happens. And then,
Oh, that's
lo and
funny.
behold, he shows up. But talking about comments, I actually have to catch up with a bunch of it because, hang on, Paul, I don't know. If
I'm
you
good.
can't
I'm
remember.
good.
I'll
I'm
figure
good.
it
I'm
out.
good.
Don't worry about it.
That works because I was scrambling right now. I don't know when I had time to come down here and get tires from him because I need to test bad.
There you go.
So, and I think there's an OSW event like the 5th or something like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I think there is. Yeah,
I just
there
saw a
is.
flyer. I'm just going to go drive a regular old event like the old
Yeah.
days and see what
Yeah.
happens.
Take it on the oval? If they let you?
They usually let you try.
Yeah.
to
Usually, yeah, they usually
I
do.
don't know. I'm scared of the oval right
Yeah,
now.
I thought about it. I'm like, I might be. I remember when I first did it, I wasn't, but now
I bet you I'd hop right as soon as I'd be there. I'd
It's-
probably just huck the car right to the wall like an idiot and just nail it like normal.
yeah.
Big old dumb smile.
Oh, great.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. So.
I remember the first time I did the oval, and I was like, I didn't want to get off. Like,
Yeah,
I just wish
it's-
it would just last forever.
Man,
you do a
it's-
switch back. You don't go to the infield. You just switch back and hit the next.
Just like hot tracking DeSoto,
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
lapping DeSoto.
Oh.
Man, I had so much fun, and I like Harry's BMW. We had a good night, private night there doing it, and then the quick connect fell off, and I had 3 cars behind me.
Oh, gosh.
I'm hucking it back at the wall after transitioning, and Brittany's like, he's gonna turn, and I got the steering shaft. I got my gloves, and I'm turning the steering shaft. Like, careful, yikes!
That's gonna be a clip.
Yeah, that's so I'm turning the steering shaft, and thankfully I didn't hit the wall, and they didn't hit me because it was in Harry's car,
Right.
and so that was good. But man, that's fun times on the back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I am excited to go.
One thing, you get a little closer.
Get a little
there.
closer.
Yeah, there.
I
that-
scooted out so we
Yeah,
could
yeah,
have
that's-
so Lewis could
That's
fit
fine.
in.
All right, so I have to. There is a bunch of comments I got to catch up with. The one and only Patrick Gooden is in the chat.
Ha, Carl.
Yeah,
Carl.
that is true.
man.
Started. Where is the King of Caroline? There's the King of Caroline, the
I sent
original
you the
people's
picture.
champ, Bill Fisher for president. See, look at that. He's calling you Bill Fisher.
Yeah,
Look at
Yep.
that. He knows.
cheeseburger champion.
He knows.
Cheeseburger.
Mentioned Monster Jam, and then he says, I guess that this was in regards to the discussion about the. Look at you breaking stuff already.
That's
Okay, relax, take it easy. Pay all the drivers, have it rigged, make it like Monster
Have it
Jam.
rigged?
It would be
Yeah.
so sick.
Yeah.
But I talking about making it more of a show. Also, to add some context, Patrick Gooden was at the LZ World Tour that just happened.
Did excellent. Drove like an absolute. Had a blast and drove like an absolute beast too. He I think he got knocked out in top 8 with a 300 horsepower car.
Oh.
Drove his ass off.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
He wrote LZ World Tour was very effing fun and loved it so much. Spec tire is the only way to do it. If it isn't just going to be a Monster Jam, a fixed bracket kind of thing. So a spec tire is as a same make, model, and size tire. And then when we were talking about the USDC event that we're at, we were helping the spectator. He said he gave me a phone charger, and I love that random spectator.
Oh yeah.
So-
Pat was
That's right.
there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Instructor Tiny has joined the chat. Hello, Tiny. And he wrote, he's late to the party. Lewis sent me here. And this is a question. Unfortunately, Lewis left, and I would have liked to have been able to feed in this question from Patrick Gooden, where he wrote, what is Lewis and Bill's opinion on spec tire? So, Bill, you want to answer that question on your thoughts on a spec tire? Same make, model, size?
I love and hate the spec tire thing.
Really?
Yeah. If you're gonna, there's something just so awesome about run what you brung. Just run it. Yeah, you built some 1,000 horsepower monster. Can you actually drive it? Can you grip it correctly? And can you control it and put grip down? On the other hand, I think that it would be so much fun to go out there and just purely be based on a 245.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if we went out and drove on a 245, you can only do so much with it. You're going to overcook it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so driver based.
Yes.
You know, it's going to be you can only set it up so much.
Right.
So you can only unlock so much grip out of this thing at 12 pounds of air and an inch of toe in.
With no bead locks.
Yeah, with no bead locks, and then it's going to come down to driver, and I think that would be really fun. But it's really exciting to see 2,000 horsepower cars go out there and knock 295s off.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I'm really torn. I'm torn. I would like to see both.
Well, there could be both.
I want to
there's
see
enough
both.
drivers right
and
now.
I'd
that
love
could
to
do
drive both.
Yeah, and that's a great point. It's not like you can't drive both.
I don't want one or the other. I want both. So I'm not against it.
Right.
I think that they both have their place, and I think it'd be awesome. Like me right now, I don't have I'm washed up. I'm 10 years. I haven't driven in 10 years. I don't have a single partner. This is coming out of my dollar. So 245 series right now would be pretty awesome.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus what I'm going to run. So
Yeah.
it'd be cool. I think they both have a place.
Yeah.
I think a potential benefit also that maybe is not spoken about is in regards to cost, because I figure you could do a massive group buy on a particular tire size, and the manufacturer doesn't have to worry about stocking all these other different sizes. They can
No,
just
we're going
focus
to
on
buy
this one size.
containers. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to guarantee that we're going to buy containers for this series, and it's and it's going to be the best pricing there is. $67 for a 245. Or whatever that number is, or they sponsor it, or whatever that case.
That'd be nice.
But I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I did email you the King of County Line flyer. When you get a chance, I want to show that.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll set that up. But
That's like the third King of County Line flyer. That's not the original one. That's when I left.
Huh?
Ben did that when I left, I think, or you did that.
The
Somebody
Lion
did.
King one?
Yeah,
no,
Who
you
did
did
that?
that.
No, I didn't do that. Shane did that.
Shane did it. Oh yeah, Shane.
Oh, that's
Culture.
My
true,
culture
yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
I thought it was the best one ever. But anyways, go ahead. You were going
Yeah. Shane or Emil?
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm bad with names.
I
Going back.
miss those dudes.
Struck the Tiny. Bring the tables, ladders, and chairs battle.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Like,
That'd
like,
be interesting.
like wrestling. Yeah.
Bring the poll petition, maybe.
Yeah, the poll petition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I guess when we're talking about the Formula One and the storylines and so forth, he goes 100% what Ben is saying. Manufactured drama or rivalry is super goofy. It needs to be natural. The organization does not need to create it. And Strike the Tiny wrote, the thing is, the rivalries need to be tasteful. It's all about the storytelling. Definitely agree with it. There's a difference between Chelsea Lenofa yelling "park it" in the trailer compared to Kyle Mohan throwing hands in practice.
whoa.
Oh,
I didn't
Okay.
hear about
didn't
that.
know that. Didn't hear about that.
Yeah, well, the more you know. Patrick Gooden wrote, Kyle's car got ruined by someone trying too hard. Everything Kyle did was 100% fine. If you want rivalries, don't be soft when someone gets their S wrecked for no reason. And Bill, I'm sure you'll be happy to hear that Mr. Gooden writes, the King of Con Line's entry fee is covered for April 5th at OSW.
King of OSW.
Let's go.
No, sir.
What?
We're talking about the King of Con Line.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the king of spring break.
Oh. So maybe
good.
we need to have a king on king battle.
Hey, I didn't think about that.
We need a king reunion tour.
Reunion tour. Yeah.
Yeah,
J-Lo?
exactly. We need
J Lo. Yeah.
Rotary king.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need a repeat of the battle that took place at the casino, because when we talked to Pat the last time, we got his perspective, and actually I was waiting to get your perspective on that battle. But let me finish with the comments, because we have one more. Strike the Tiny Road. Oh, I agree, Pat. I'm saying the way it could have been perceived, the Nofa roasting someone could get a chuckle compared to Mohan throwing hands, people saying, oh snap. Either ways, it gets eyes on the sport. So with that said, what happened? Tell us. Okay, Tim, you remember the battle, right? We were having a competition.
First U.S. Drift Circuit competition, I think,
Probably.
Yeah.
at the Coconut Creek Casino.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the Splash Mountain portion
No.
of it?
No,
Or Ryan and I
no.
blowing each other's windows out?
No.
Blowing each other's window. That was Ryan Kaufman.
Yeah.
Blowing each other's window.
We're talking about the event where Pat Gooden decided to bring his FD car to the event, and you did a crazy battle with him.
Oh, I don't know. We were just driving. It was fun. I had no problem with that. That was a non-issue at all.
No, we don't see it as an issue, but it's like we know it wasn't an issue, but it was.
I think
like,
I got it one more time.
Yeah,
my
that's
old,
the thing.
My old sloppy 300 horsepower sled there. Yeah.
No, I'm saying but from your perspective, obviously you didn't care like what you were up against. You were just you're just gonna put it into somebody's door, right?
I don't want to hit anybody, but I'm going to drive. Yeah, I want to be there. I've never had a car that was capable. Or, you know what I mean? I've been the underdog the entire time. I've never had a budget. I've never had a car. I've never had a real tire. You I ran Nexen N3000s back then. They were horrible. It was just all I could afford. You know what I mean? I was running scrubs.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, I was
real.
running scrubs and stuff. So yeah, it was just all fun. But I was proud to get it one more time. So I wanted to beat him, but yeah, I forgot about that aspect that Pat was there with his car. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the more intense battle was him and Ryan smashing each
Ryan
other.
No, I think the more intense battle was afterwards at the party.
Oh.
Where,
I have a comment about that came up in my household this morning, Pat, by the way. Pat, we were drinking at the casino, and Pat was speed walking around, and my wife was trying to babysit him. And this morning, because she didn't know, she didn't know how if he was all right or what. She's keeping an eye on him. So this morning, my toddler, my 11-month-old, is boogieing through the house, laughing at us, running from us, and she's like, "This is just like Pat Gooden at the casino." We literally laughed about this morning, dude, and it was hilarious. My little 11-month-old, he's an absolute beast.
He learned how to run, so he just take
he's a menace. Menace to the world for sure. So, but yeah, Pat, you came up this morning with my kids.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that gets brought up, quite often in our, discussions with Pat, and just what he remembers from it. It was just craziness.
Yeah,
just absolute mayhem and craziness. I mean, mind you, he doesn't remember much, but the bits that he does remember, epic.
I remember. Relatively, it seemed kind of normal for me, but I don't know what kind of life I was living at that point. You know what I mean? I remember driving there. I had a bumper half hanging out of my car on the trailer, and we had to pull over and stuff it back in. But I remember that part.
Now, tell us about your battle, because that was another crazy battle with you and Ryan Kaufman. Because obviously, you guys just motivate one another, because you guys have known each other for a long time. You kind of already know like what the other, like, even I still remember like back at the Caribbean trip where Ryan wanted to just chicken out or just not. I'm sorry, I take it back.
Chicken out.
No, just wait for me to finish.
Right.
Hang on, because Ryan just didn't want to take part in something. But the way how Bill just went and attacked Ryan to motivate him, just like yelled at him, is like, "Ryan, stop being a P. All right? Just do it, Ryan. Come on, Ryan. Just do it." And Ryan reluctantly is like, "Oh, all right, fine." So I just feel like that kingship was there and just was, I guess, brought up again when you guys did battle at that event where you guys lost windows and doors and all that. What happened?
Ryan puts his helmet on. At least old Ryan. Ryan's way better now. Ryan used to put his helmet on and his brains left when his helmet went on. He just became wild, which he gets all amped up. And I am not much better. So at least I wasn't either. So both of us we just get wild, and we both know that neither of us care about the cars. You know, so we're just driving it. That's so close. I think one of us made a mistake and stuffed it, and then next lap the other one made a mistake and stuffed it, and we both got out and laughed, and it was all fine. Blew out both windows, and neither of us cared.
But that brings me, I guess, a question that is that, are you, because you have, I mean, based on our personal experiences with you, is that you were easily an individual that, sure, you got into like some crazy moments, Splash Mountain being one of them, but a part of that was just the attitude of not backing down. Even though how absurd it would have been, and a common sense individual would have been like, no, I'm just going to back out of it. Right. But at that time, you were like, I'm not backing down. I'm in the fight. If there's a battle to be won, I'm going to win it somehow. Do you feel that you're going to approach this now going into your competition the same way? Or are you going to maybe try to be a little bit smart about it, a little bit more rational?
Are you more dialed? Is that maturity going to kick in? Or
Yeah, exactly.
Are you going to lose your brain when you put your helmet on?
Are you kidding me? Taylor accepted my offer. Tyler accepted my offer for that car at 11:30. I have 2 kids at home. I have a business. Thankfully, I was out on sick leave, so I couldn't properly work.
Yeah.
I left within 4 hours. I'm in the truck. We go to borrow a trailer to go get the car because my trailer, I'm in the middle of rebuilding it, and the enclosed is like pulling a brick house to Tennessee. Right. It's just massive because I got a high top.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to take it, so I borrow a trailer. I get there. Both both axles are bent, the tires are flat. No, I'm not. I never back down to anything. Still, I left in the middle of the night. Do we have time to get there? No. Can we sleep? No. We're just going to drive straight through, get the car, drive straight back, work on the car, spend all day mounting tires, loading the car, and then showing up to the event. Everyone asked me, "You're sick. You just got, should you
Got
do
your
this?"
gallbladder removed.
No. Are you, should you do this? No, absolutely not. Are you going to? Yeah. My wife didn't want me to drive,
Yeah, yeah. It was funny because she's like, he didn't call me and say, "Hey, babe, I think I'm gonna." No, he said, "Hey, babe, I'm heading over to Tennessee."
Yeah, I didn't let her know that I was buying a car. I was, "Hey, I got to go to Tennessee tonight. I'm leaving at 6." I didn't tell her I spent 20, whatever, 30 grand on a car. That's not,
Yeah.
No, that's not a
Oh,
non-issue.
she knows now.
Yeah, I'm going, and then last week I did to her again. I went last week. I had, for some reason I could, and I do this to where I could drive through the night and then miss less time with my kids.
Right.
Last week I made a deal. A guy accepted an offer on a boat. Someone else was going to buy it. I had to drive to South Carolina. I had this particular time. Drove through the night. Picked up the boat. Had trailer issues on the way home. Drove straight through back again. So I was only gone from my kids for one day or one period of time,
24
one
hours.
session of time versus having a human trip and
A human trip.
So am I going to back down? No, I don't back down for anything. I never have. I don't. So I don't think that. I think that's a non-issue.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll still tow that car. I don't care at all.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll stuff somebody.
I mean,
Especially if it's green still.
yeah.
I'll start with the back. No, I don't want to crash that car. It is so clean. I was really impressed. I didn't bring this up. This is off subject. I called him before I left. We finally have. I'm looking at the trailer with bald tires that I'm borrowing. Like, this is a freaking nightmare. It's dark. And I call him and I was like, "Does that car have any rust?" And he's like,
Yeah, you were telling me.
He's like, what are you
talking about?
He's like, "Well, I've owned it for 6 years. I haven't noticed any." I was like, "Dude, you're a car guy. Like, does it have rust?" This is a yes or no question. So that planted this like concern, and I'm driving 24 hours. My biggest thing is taking time away from my kids,
Right.
and leaving my wife with both kids in bad situations, and my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law saves my absolute life watching my kids. So that was like. So then I get up there in the car. That E36 is super clean for being a 30-year-old car. So that's the point. I was happy.
Oh, that's good.
But backing down, no, not backing down. I don't care.
yeah.
Burn it all down.
I mean, should we bring up Splash
Splash Mountain.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean,
I probably should have backed that one. Could you have
Yeah.
the reel you're going to play Splash Mountain?
oh no, we don't even.
There's
I mean,
a YouTube video of that.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, Daphne Hecko, Harvey's sister, made me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She used to do a lot of media back
Yeah,
then.
she made me made this video where it's like the Splash Mountain entry, and then Andrew and I flying into that 2 feet puddle of water, going through the fence. Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta look that up. But first, I want to pull this up since Tim requested
go.
this.
That was
I love it.
2013.
2013. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, now everybody can see it. There we go.
2013. That was
So I wonder when I quit driving. It was probably 2014 then.
yeah, that was great. I mean, like I didn't even catch that was my face at first.
I didn't grasp. I didn't know that till right now. Actually.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Michael did a great job with that. Like I thought that's like my favorite flyer of all time.
Perfect.
I think it's great. Excellent.
Well done.
Well done. Yeah.
Yeah, this was like the third King of County line or the fourth one.
Yeah.
that they made that for.
So much fun. We had so much fun at that event. And
right.
you know what? Brittany she misses that family vibe that we all have.
Oh,
together
yeah.
so much. Like she was jealous she couldn't come up here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I would come up and hang out, but
Oh yeah.
we got babies.
Yeah.
So, and also I think it's crazy. My wife, here, you want to talk about normality? My wife's retiring from her job to come home with the kids. I do not have the financial budget to go buy a drift car and start driving ProAM.
Right.
But does that make any common sense in anyone's realm to start this now? No, but I'm going to. I'm not going to let that stop me. Just go work harder. That's always been my answer. Work harder.
Yeah.
Drive harder. Do do something. Make the junk work.
Yeah. Make it work. You look puzzled, Ben.
That's
He's digging through. That's going to be hard to find.
Yeah.
That might be. That
We
might.
might have to post that later on.
Yeah, you might have to dig for that in the background.
That's what Lewis said too. He's like, it was hard for him to try to find sponsors. He's just like, I'll just work harder, make more money.
Dude, Lewis, I another thing you asked me earlier about mentality is I didn't have business mentality or drive before. And that I found that, like, I'm part of a business mastermind, the Real Business Owners Group, and they have a podcast. I highly recommend it. It's totally changed my mentality of what you're capable of and why you're doing what you're doing. You know, what and who are you doing a disservice to earning below par wages, being comfortable and not striving for the next level? Are you honoring?
I feel like
are you honoring?
you're literally talking to me.
you.
No, I'm actually talking to me.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because I struggle with this. I get comfortable. We talked earlier about the numbers I did.
Yeah.
I got to a point in business where I'm comfortable,
Yeah.
and I'm never going to get anywhere.
That's
I'm,
my problem,
I'm actually
too.
doing a disservice to God being comfortable because He gave me the tools to achieve to be a better person, and I'm doing a disservice to my family because they could be doing better if I were killing it.
wow, I'm convicted.
Work harder.
Yeah, I guess I got to work harder.
So, two things. One, I found the footage. So
Splash
that's great
Mountain.
news. I will do that. But Pat just mentioned a comment that just like, pew. And that is that what if Bill came to LS Fest?
Texas.
Any of them.
Any of them?
Oh, I'm down. I just don't know how to do the scheduling. I've actually, this has been on my mind. Pat, it's weird to talk through a podcast to you. Talk about indirect, weird conversation. But I actually was debating texting you about an in for LS Fest because I'm so out of this. I don't even know how to get in.
The best
no,
one.
You're in because you're Pat.
The best one to do would be the Kentucky in
Kentucky.
September.
Kentucky. in
Okay,
September.
but I just can't. I'm happy to go to one. I just I got to get through ProAM right now. I have not made 100% commitment on ProAM because I really need someone to step up with tires, just an oomph, and then I will 100% commit to ProAM, and then I'm all in. I mean, I'm burning everything down.
Right.
We're doing ProAM, but outside of ProAM, I would love to come up to LS Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, or yeah, I think Kentucky would probably be better suited for me.
Yeah, it's the biggest event.
Yeah, the Kentucky's the best
You
event.
can meet a lot of people. Hopefully, you get like a sponsorship deck ready, and you can try to rub some elbows with other people. I'm sure Pat will.
Yeah, I
help you
didn't
out
even know
with
I didn't even know who to contact with, and
You know the right. You know Pat's the right person.
yeah, I realized that I think last night or something. I was going to text him. So yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I'd love that.
Yeah, just you know what to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and so Tim, you want to give us a backstory?
Oh, boy,
No,
here it is.
this was at the Dolphin Stadium, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't.
This wasn't
don't
your
remember?
event.
The
This
bill.
was Chris Jackson's.
It was quick. Well, I was a part of it, but I don't think I was at this one because I think towards that time I had to leave and go to something else.
Okay, so we so if I recall correctly, we were just dealing with like bad weather like towards the end of the competition.
Yeah. Well, actually, on your point though, like after the first U.S. Drift Circuit, yeah, I kind of split off from U.S. Drift Circuit, so that I wasn't really a key part of this one.
Okay.
So
So we were getting towards the end of the competition, and we still had about one major battle to go, and that is the battle between Bill Stenger, who was with us, or Bill Fisher, and Andrew Mensah. So the problem is that the rain was still coming down pretty bad, and we knew that there was portions of the track that were flooded.
yeah.
Or
We
that were,
didn't. I didn't know that.
okay.
Other people may have known that. I did not know it was flooded.
Okay. But
I didn't think that.
right. And maybe it wasn't particularly like relayed to you
At all.
properly.
Apparently
like
it
the
wasn't.
severity of it.
Chris 100% did say, he's like, hey, guys, it's a mess out there. You know, run at your own risk. And I was willing to chop it with Andrew, but Andrew wanted to run it.
Yes.
I was actually willing to throw in the towel because I just, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I don't. There was
And-
no pride in winning the
That-
monsoon drifting. You know.
Yeah. and that's where that whole never back down kind of personality like came in, because once you found out that Andrew Mensah
Yeah, he wanted to run it. I'll run it. Fine.
wanted to run it like you ran it, I was like, okay. I mean, mind you, I was trying to like convince these guys, like, why don't we just
end it here.
do something else?
And so
like,
that's the thing. That comes down to like organizers, right? When you start giving the drivers a say, sometimes you just got to be like the papa. and say, no, you're not going out.
But we
tonight.
didn't know that. You know,
I know.
we were all young. We were all young
I
in
agree.
this back then.
I agree.
But now we know. Hey, do
Yeah.
a sight lap.
Well, there was a lot
Take
of things.
2 minutes and go drive the track. And I would have driven out there and be like, "Whoa, it's coming over my hood." It's in the intake and it's
Yeah.
misfiring.
Yes.
I'm going to casually back out of this lake I'm in.
Okay, so anyhow,
Yeah. So
Found me.
we're gonna go ahead and cut to
Look
the
at
video.
Harrison. Is that Harrison dropping?
Yeah, it is.
Look at those
Yeah,
white.
so- yeah,
those
same
white
eyes,
glasses.
glasses.
That
Yep.
is Harrison. Yeah.
That's Harrison, baby.
So-
My boy.
Both guys didn't back down, and they decided to do the battle for first place. And it just so happens that, if I recall correctly, Bill, you were on the lead lane.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Bill, you were in the lead lane. So
Yeah,
you
I
were the first
certainly
one
was.
to deal with this. And we're now going to go to the footage to show everybody what actually happened. So this is the viewpoint from Bill's car
I have a little glare.
going down the straight. See, it's a little bit wet and very wet.
very
Watch
wet.
this
Very-
fence come through.
God.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What you don't see there is that it sucked Andrew in behind me, and he just stuffed the back of my car.
Splash Mountain. Oh man.
So yeah,
That's
and
funny.
I had just fixed that car and painted it again,
And Chris still had the K rail there.
and
jeez.
and I hit the front and the back, and Andrew stuffed the back of it. Not his fault. He was guided by a foot of water, just like I was in the fence. So that sucked
That's funny.
because I had just finished that car again for like
Yeah, right.
9,000th time. Wow. That was actually probably towards the end, because I think that I was very irritated by that, and I could not make a real partnership. Obviously, I didn't set myself up for success. In hindsight, we look back, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm almost 30 years old, and I need to move on with life. And that was probably when I threw in the towel for that moment. So that was the beginning of the end.
About the pause.
The
It's
pause.
not over.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
no, now it's just
You've been
beginning again.
revived, regenerated.
Indeed. So, final note from Pat. He said, "You're in for any you want to go to."
Awesome. That's good to hear.
Said good night and sends us loves.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
that'll
you're
be
good.
fun.
You're good. All right, Tim, you wanna? Oh no, actually, we gotta get Paul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Paul's thing.
I sent it already.
I know.
Okay.
I'm setting it up. You want to set it up?
Oh,
What is-
might
what
set
is
it
the
up.
theme?
I just saw this and I was like, it actually works for Bill because it is a S14, or it was an S14. So maybe this could be your next car.
Oh, like your seat time card.
Your seat time car.
Yeah, because that's a thing now. We have a seat time card.
Look away. Don't look at the screen. This is a part of the process that
yes, it's item
nobody
six.
takes a look at what we're gonna unveil, so that way everybody takes it in for the first time and enhanced. And Paul, take it away.
All right.
So, well, you take it away. Go ahead.
Oh, 1995 Nissan 240SX, only $14,495. Okay, do we have? Is that a? Ooh,
It's a
those
video.
speakers?
It is a video.
Those speakers?
Speaker steering wheel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Play the
This is
video, man.
lowridered out.
It's a video. Is it a video?
Yeah, it's a video.
Well, read the info first.
Oh, okay. See more. All right. The transformation of this vehicle. It was transformed. It's a transformer. You're buying a transformer for $15,000. Done at Sound Crafters in South Daytona, Florida. As you can see, a lot of time and energy was put into the build, from the whole body of the vehicle, reinforced, blah, blah, blah. Okay, vehicle speakers. You must see this car to believe all the work that has been put into it. You will be the star in the show. You'll be the star of all the shows. Well, I mean, potentially. All right, let's see. What do we got? Pictures.
Oh, you finished all?
Let's say a few cons. Okay. Some of the subs will need to be rebuilt. A rebuild kit? So
Yeah, you can rebuild the cones.
Oh, okay.
subs.
Paint is 7 out of 10. This vehicle can be seen at Tony's Paint and Body in Defunic.
Diffuniac Springs.
Oh, thank you for that. Diffuniac Springs. Normal business hours, blah blah. Come with a reasonable offer. It Mulberry be your lucky day. Mulberry.
That's a saying up there.
Oh, is it? Mulberry be your lucky day. Did you ever hear that before?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But you missed one of the great ones. The brakes need attention. It must be towed. Because
Okay. $15,000 for a car that must be towed.
Yeah.
Let's get into this video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into the video.
Oh yeah.
This looks like a 2000 Nopi winner.
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Enhance.
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 Can we
Make it
blow
bigger.
this puppy up?
That didn't really do anything.
I know what the heck. Why you made me enhance?
Where do you sit?
You sit in that thing, whatever that thing is. You
It's
see,
a thong.
it's a thong seat.
It's a thong seat.
Yep. Look
Oh,
at
there is no butt portion. It's
just-
Bluetooth back.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, that thing's atrocious.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. Holy
But look
cow.
at the work. Like if that was crafted,
There was a lot of time and bad judgment built
and
into this.
effort.
dude,
Lot of-
like it's a ton of clean fiberglass work. But man, it just looks terrible.
Yeah.
But look, the subwoofer is actually it is an actual steering wheel.
That's
I mean, that's
kind of cool.
that's impressive, right?
Yeah. Take this thing back to the year 98. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yeah. That would have been perfect for my Fast and Furious edition.
Yes, it would have. Yeah.
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 It is an S14. See,
Wow.
Dude, throw a 2J in that thing and take it straight to an event.
Done. It's turbocharged.
Yeah,
It's-
I agree.
Well, what's in the
Is
engine?
it an intercooler?
it is turbocharged.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Is there a picture of the motor?
Oh, it looks very wide.
Sound crafters.
Soundcrafters. Okay.
Eargasm. Does it come with the plate? That's what I want to know. Does it come with the plate? Brian Bone, I guess. That DC cost. Whoa.
It exhausts.
Dude, the
what-
amount of labor in this thing
Yeah,
is
exactly.
unreal.
Yeah, there was a lot of planned
There's your
bad
thong
decisions.
seats. Wow. It's got
Holy cow. I mean, it's impressive the amount of work that went into this and planning.
look at that.
I mean,
That thing would be fun.
You get the magazine
Magazine, yeah.
oh, you get the magazine. Oh, it's a magazine. Oh, look at that.
for sale.
For sale.
Call
Call now.
now.
Oh, he put his number up there.
I'll give
that's
like
it.
$4,000.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
So
That was-
that is. How
Impressive.
much is this?
It's 15 grand.
15 grand.
15.
Yeah.
Not one under hood shot. What do we got?
Yeah, I know.
Is this a fake intercooler?
That
Is
is-
this KA?
It
Is there a
doesn't-
KA
it
in this
doesn't
thing?
say
Like,
Doesn't even
what's the
say.
deal?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's got to be towed anyways.
Is it turbo? Did they,
I
did
don't
they
know.
clearly
I
have no
say
idea.
that, or is intercooler fake?
I think it's fake.
I think it's intercooler.
Is it intercooler?
Interfuller.
It's got a cold air intake on.
It's
on
from
a KA
Timu.
in
From
there?
Timu. From Timu.
It's a amplifier.
Yeah, it's a
Probably, yeah.
It's a heat sink.
So the
amp
heat
light.
sink for the amp. Yeah.
That's
12
idea.
alternators.
Keep
Okay.
that amp cool.
Yeah, no deal. Sorry, Paul.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
sign me up. $3,500 bucks.
$3,500.
I'll put an LS in that thing and crash it.
That's
Dude, how sick would that
not
thing
green.
be? Riding
It's
the
not
wall?
green.
blaring like.
Blaring
what would you
music.
play? What would you play?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama or something. I don't know.
Pick something ridiculous. Literally just drag the wall with it.
Stanky leg. Stanky leg.
There you go.
Stanky leg.
Yeah. I pick something better. I'm not a good music buff, but
Yeah,
I'll
definitely
work
not that.
on that.
Yeah.
But like, how much fun would that thing just to be the total?
Yeah, it'd be a good time to tow a lot of play. Yeah, I would definitely want to wear a
It
full
would
suit.
be like a-
the amount of fiberglass you're gonna get on your body. You're like itching for months. You're gonna be itching for months.
You're gonna get
Yeah, you
know,
need
a lot
to
of
have a-
shrapnel.
It's wild.
It is.
There's $100,000 in labor in that car.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, insane.
Man.
For $15,000, it could be yours.
Man, this guy has high
say-
standards in paint though,
I think
because he
they're-
says the paint's like 7 out of 10.
When was this picture, Paul?
True.
That picture could have been 12
It's
years
posted
ago.
Could be, yeah.
True. It was
Let's get
posted 3
real.
weeks ago, but yeah, you're right.
You know, but I think $3,800 to buy that car.
So you're saying that it could possibly be the paint be faded, and maybe that's why it's a 7 out of 10.
Oh, maybe.
because
Could
it's
be.
been sitting for so long.
Maybe.
Could be.
Could be.
Maybe it got to a point where like it wasn't winning award shows.
Maybe he's
so
gonna
it
like
got
you.
abandoned.
Like maybe it's
Right?
really a fat chick. Maybe the fishes are attractive. With catfish? Yeah, that's what it's called. Dude.
Yeah,
He
it's
might be
good.
catfishing us. It could be worse.
No,
but
it-
wait, there's more.
No, its job is to give us eargasms. Okay.
Eargasms.
That is true.
Orgasms.
I still think that'd be fun. For $3,500, I'd probably buy that.
Yeah, $3,500 maybe.
Yeah.
So my picks are a little different. Well, actually, the first one's not. It's kind of along this path. But basically, my
Set it up.
premise. So when I pick these, I pick them kind of catered to you.
Okay.
And the idea is, you just bought a drift car. You
Yep.
spent all that money on a drift car. These are some other options that you might have had. And basically, what I want to know if you had known about this, would have you bought what I'm going to give you?
Oh, jeez.
Right? Or are you glad you bought? It's basically like, what do they say when you play those games, right? Do you want to keep going? Do you want to keep going, or do you want to,
what you got?
Yeah, like a millionaire.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah. Do you want to hold what you got, or would you keep going? Mm-hmm. So go ahead with the first one. Not really
you
so
gotta
much.
look away, but Paul.
Oh,
Bill, thank you.
Very nice.
Okay, both gentlemen are looking away as we get ready for the first pick of many that Tim has put together, has curated, and we're almost ready to go. And with this first selection, 3, 2, 1.
Go. All right. So I thought it was a
my
Mercedes
God.
at first.
Jeez,
That's
what
a
the
this
heck?
is just as bad
it's a
as.
Civic. I swore it was Celica.
Beautiful, beautiful. We have a 1993 Honda Civic, $3,500. It's in your price range. So it says it's my daily 1996 Accord.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
What the hell's going on here?
it's
What?
a Civic or an Accord?
Is it which one is it? Is
Oh,
it a
man.
Accord? Is it
Or
a
is it a
Civic?
Mercedes? We don't know.
Wait, maybe Seymour will tell us.
Seymour. Okay, well, no, it says it's a 96 Accord. Transmission blew up this morning.
The title is a 93 Civic.
Oh, it's a 93 Civic.
his daily is an Accord.
Oh, my
That's what
days.
he's
This
saying.
is a story.
Oh,
There's a story.
Okay,
God.
Comes with
I
a
need
story.
money.
Yes. Context. Okay, so my transmission blew up in my car, so I need to sell this wonderful, beautiful Civic, 1993 Civic, B16 A1 built around 50,000 miles. I don't know. I don't know anything about Civics. So it's got air suspension, custom body kit, got nice seats, great sound system, gutted DC sport headers on a Civic. Doesn't do anything.
Wait, hold on. You passed by removable Mercedes light and bumper conversion. What
yes.
does that mean?
I don't know. Let's see. 0 gauge wiring. Okay, I guess that's for the system. Fully custom interior dash, clean Florida title, in my name, needs battery and tune up. It's been sitting. Okay, let's look at the pictures.
Okay, all right. We got video on
Oh,
this.
you got
Oh, there's
video.
video. Okay,
Okay.
let's take a look at the video.
Enhance.
Okay.
Yes, enhance.
This is fine. It's not
Look how beautiful it is. I mean,
Is
you
it
can
a
just quit
sedan?
drifting. You just quit drifting.
Man, this same guy did the interior. It's got airbags.
gonna. Oh yeah, it said it was packed. Did you not see?
Look at that.
It's fast.
Look at that. Yeah, it is. Actually, it is pretty cool.
That's really fast. This is a sedan. Those are Mercedes taillights, boys.
I mean, it's a good, maybe new family vehicle. Ooh, sounds pretty tough. Yeah,
It is a
It's
sedan.
a
Of
sedan.
course it is.
Oh, look at the tattoos. I mean,
Okay,
Is that
all right.
nice. Wide
yeah.
body. Look at that shaved tailplate.
Oh, French, baby.
That's that's pretty sick, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there's the Accord.
Oh, that's the Accord. Just to let you know, this is what I need to
Yeah.
fix. Why doesn't he just drive that around?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
transmission blew up.
No, the transmission
No.
blew up on his Accord. Why doesn't he
No, he
just
said
drive the
drive the
Civic?
Civic.
Oh, because it's for sale. You guys want to
Yeah.
put miles on
Oh
it?
my gosh, that's a collage of pictures.
Yeah, that's just.
Oh, there's a removable.
that's
Okay.
where it's removable.
Now
Why
it
would you
makes
want
sense.
to?
So you need to get to the suspension. You just pull the whole front off. I don't know. Make a quick change at the track. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Quick change.
Yeah,
there
quick
we
change,
go.
quick-
Quick change front end.
All right, that's it.
Okay, I mean, we kind of pass on this one. I think we all agree this is trash.
Yep.
Right, trash.
Hot garbage.
Okay, now let's actually get into the real stuff here.
I mean,
thought
I don't know. I mean, this quick change thing is.
It is pretty impressive.
That is, yeah.
The amount of work between the one Paul had and this guy. I mean, there's been some wasted creativity, right?
This one's bad.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad.
Okay.
Paul's one was.
It's like spilling a drink you just got from the bar. You know, it's
All right,
just
look
it's just
away,
wasted.
look away.
All right.
Look away, both
Now
of
we're
you.
actually getting into the topic.
Oh, okay. So this is just an
That was just
appetizer?
it was an appetizer. Paul had a great appetizer. He had a better appetizer.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right, 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Okay, 1998 BMW M3. I know you like the M3 rear ends, right?
What
Pretty good.
the hell?
Very affordable price, $42,000,
frickin' hell is that?
$43,000. Let's see more. 1998 BMW LS2 swapped.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of he's in the twos. Car drives really good. Lots of upgrades, maintenance on it. Firm on the price. Open to trades. Thank you. Let's see the pictures. But I
be
mean, it's
worth
got
it.
some of the good stuff. Is it going to be worth it? I mean, look, it looks pretty good.
Caged?
Yeah, it's caged. I don't think
Sedan?
it's a full cage though. No, it's just a half cage.
Half cage.
Half cage, but you
and
know,
some kind of
some
what the
door
hell are
bars.
those seats?
You went on a dyno once.
Yeah, I did one on a dyno once. Those look like drag seats. So they're not going to hold you in. But
They're
and
also-
then you got wires. So to be just like
hell
what
is
you got now. It's just like what you got
Is
now.
that electric brakes?
Yeah, it's electric brakes.
Is that hybrid?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that hybrid
It's
technology?
hybrid
That's how you charge
technology.
the
Yeah,
battery?
recharge the batteries. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm not sure why he posted that picture, but hey. Oh, and he gives you a list. Air
Exhaust repair.
suspension diagnostic and removal of air suspension components.
Why is this here?
Why did he?
Suspension shock,
Wait,
strut,
air suspension
R&R.
diagnostic and removal. So you diagnosed it, realized this crap, pulled it out, and
And
so
then
you
you
had
put,
to
and then they put new struts in for $4,000.
This
Wow. Wait, hold on. Suspension shocks or strut,
This guy got ripped.
front and rear for $4,000.
I'm really confused.
Where'd he go for this? I mean, that's almost 10K for just suspension work.
Yeah, it doesn't give the name a shot. Probably better off that way. Click next picture. How's it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh, more.
Oh, we're
okay.
gonna zoom in.
Oh
Race
my
Tech
God.
harness, 4.798.
Windshield wiper arm, R&R,
What
550.
the hell?
What? Did he just make up stuff and throw
I
numbers
think
on
they
it?
said like
Check
it's
out
an
that
M-
wheel alignment adjust.
$300 for a wheel alignment? Wow.
Oil and filter, 230,
That, yeah,
227.
for an
engine oil
LS2.
filter.
Maybe
I don't know. I think the windshield wiper arm
Yeah, that takes the cake.
that
For
does take the
$550.
cake. They're like, oh no, this is an M3 wiper arm.
trans fluid. Wait, hold on a second. Trans fluid drain and refill, $427.
This is awesome.
I definitely don't want to go to that shop.
No,
It could either be
Extra parts for exhaust
And lights, $748.
What the hell?
It's
are
just
the
extra parts for exhaust and lights.
I missed that line. That was a gem. I was
Wow.
ready to move on, and I
Holy
missed
but
that one.
holy scamoly. This might be your Mulberry.
Your mulberry, today's your mulberry.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
those
I-
lights.
all these
Those
terrorists
lights.
are driving these
Look at the
prices out of
lights.
control.
That's proof. That's proof that he paid money for those lights.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, from
Ooh,
the outside,
they
it
are
looks. The
lit
car
up.
does look good. It doesn't. I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks.
Is
good.
it a sedan though?
No, it's a coupe. Coupe.
You sure?
Yeah.
Does sound
Hey,
good.
looks good.
Yeah. Clean.
I don't know
it.
about
I think
those
there's carbon
fiber.
free beret in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No deal.
Yeah, no
deal.
deal. 42,000. What is he smoking for $42,000?
Yeah.
$43.
He
43,000?
priced himself out of the
He's
market.
absolutely on drugs.
Yeah. He's on.
Well,
drugs.
he is in Celebration.
The 2 episodes ago.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Guy
On
lives in
drugs.
Celebration, Florida, so he's like
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
Disney tax, man.
Yeah, Disney tax.
He's trying to pay for those annual passes.
All right.
I just can't get over the fact that he put those receipts on there.
Yeah.
Or whatever those were.
Anybody that would read that, like, is it? Oh wow.
Oh my
That's
God.
not
$740
how, you were way
million.
better off without that.
You're actually you're telling people about how dumb you are and how bad you are with money and how you got ripped
By
off,
posting those regardless,
or
I
you're
think
lying. Right? It's
You're,
one of the
you're
two.
telling them how dumb you are either way.
You're either lying or you're dumb.
I think they're both dumb.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next one.
All right. Everyone look away as we get this one queued up. Still can't believe this one, Tim. I don't know how you find these. Your algorithm must be like really.
Remember the party boat?
I would
party boat
never
was good. That
forget
was a
party
good
board.
Yeah.
Party boat.
The party boat that
Yeah.
disappeared after
Yeah.
the show.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so 2015 BMW.
Oh, this is the one
2
I was
Series.
looking at.
I was
know,
looking
I
at
know.
this one too.
Yeah, I thought it was a good one, right? I mean,
Yeah.
$12,000, not
Caught
too
my
bad.
eye.
Yeah, let's see. It's got 2015 M235i drift car setup. It's got Weiss fab already. It's got BC coilovers. It's got really large front wheels. Rear, upper, lower control arms adjustable. Half cage. Hey, you can always build on. I mean, $12,000, not too bad. Engine has stock with straight pipe, so it's still got the BMW engine in it, so it leaks oil. M2 front bumpers. Car currently has automatic transmission. Well, you said Freddie made his work.
That
but
was a certain. There's a.
Yeah.
It's like the. I guess it's the Hellcat transmission.
Oh, okay.
8. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know. So, but doesn't BMW make a transmission that you can do that with?
Yeah, it's a DCT.
That's a DC. That's really a manual transmission with an electric clutch. And
The one he's talking about is a ZF 8-speed, the one I want to have in my truck.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah.
8-speed.
okay. So, anyways, car has about $15,000 in parts and labor. This is my dream drift car, but I don't have time to finish this build now, and I have other projects going on. Shoot me an offer. Open to any kind of trades as well. Just no motorcycles. Okay, let's look at the pictures.
Okay.
I mean, it has potential, right? I think $12,000. I don't think he's too off on the price compared to the last car we saw for
Is
40.
this thing green or blue now?
It's like a
It's
weird.
like a teal.
Teal.
They're
I say
doing
teal.
this to
Mint,
me again.
like it's a mintish thing, right?
Yeah, it's like a right in between,
Yeah,
right?
it's like-
Do you guys want to hear something weird?
Sure.
I bought a 26-foot boat one time. One of the first boat flips I ever bought.
Yeah.
And it was so faded and oxidized, I thought it was blue. And my wife is like, "You're a moron." That's
You're
colorblind,
green.
You're green.
And I'm like,
Man, my wife does the
on-
same
I
thing.
love it. It's blue.
This thing's blue. And she's like, she's wondering if I'm Sean loving it. Sean loves colorblind.
Yeah. I am too.
And then sure enough, I buffed this thing. It was hunter green. It's not just green. It was hunter green.
So it's like dude looks like a lady kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
All right, let's look at some pictures. Let's see what.
do it.
But I do
That's
think.
it. There's only three
oh,
pictures.
Just the 3 pictures?
Oh, that's
yeah,
it.
these three.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
No,
So-
I sent you a video. He has a video. He sent
that's
me.
what he does.
Guy sent me a video of it.
So you're actually talking to him about this thing?
Yeah, because I was like, I've been looking. I'm like, let me just buy something. And I wanted something. These, the 1 series is actually pretty big inside.
Yeah.
So I figured this is based on the 1 series, so it should be the same.
Do you like LS motors?
I have an LS motor, yeah.
Okay, well, there's a guy in Stewart that has a 1 series with a built LS in it
Oh, really?
and a ZF transmission and like a pretty much a running driving car.
Oh, really?
I think he took the headers off because he's adding a turbo kit. And it was fair. I really considered it. Had YFAB and stuff.
I like the 1 series.
Yeah, I
really
did
do.
too. It caught
And
my
it
eye,
fits
and I was
perfect
like,
in
By
it.
the time I cage it and I do this
Right,
and that,
right.
and
Yeah.
that, I'll never drive it because I need.
Well, that's another thing I wanted to look for. I wanted everything else done but the cage. So that way I can build the cage around me.
You need.
Yeah,
you
I
need,
know.
a, you need
Yeah.
a one-off cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so
so
what do you
deal,
think?
no
Deal or no
guys?
deal?
Uh,
He already saw it, so he already said no deal because
Right.
he went another route. Paul,
uh,
Paul's still
I'm
debating.
on the fence about actually buying this car. So,
It's automatic, so it needs a manual swap, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter that it's dead.
Yeah.
I think if the number's right, like at $6,000, this is a car.
yeah. It's not 12 grand.
Yeah, it's not 12 grand,
No,
but
the guy's
6 or
crazy.
8,
Because you can actually, I've seen running ones of these
kind of
M2s.
drift ready at 12 grand.
Yeah, 12 grand. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like the LS one's 10 grand.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
no deal.
No deal. No deal.
No deal. My part over there. All right, let's go ahead. What was that? Number 3?
That was number 3. Yeah, there's 6. Okay. The first one didn't really count, but
Okay. Let me just.
The first one was a gem.
actually his was a jam.
Yeah. Don't look. Everybody, look away.
Look away. Look away.
Wait, is it the same one?
No.
Jeez, it's
Yeah.
the same one.
Oh, you clicked the same one now.
Gosh,
Click a different
darn it.
one.
That was number 4 then.
I'll start numbering them for you.
Yeah, you should.
Okay. Well, you never
Is
had
that the
this.
same drill press you bought in Atlanta that day?
We didn't buy a drill press in Atlanta.
No, I
We-
bought.
He did.
You did?
I did. I bought.
he
Oh, you did? I wasn't there.
You weren't
I
there.
thought we
You
were
had
talking
Rich.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
You had Rich with him.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
He had
you
a-
guys.
like
That's no, it's not
Oh,
the same one.
Okay.
All right, go
All
ahead.
right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
1995 BMW M3 Coupe, 2-door.
well, this one's classed
Easy.
out.
Missing a
5.
theme here.
Huh?
Go ahead. Just
All right,
keep going.
let's see more.
Okay.
It's a E36 M3, so you know the rear subframe is what you want. You get the right rear end, so that's important when you're buying a BMW. A CD09 transmission. So I mean, you got
rebuilt one?
Rebuilt one. Hey, doesn't matter.
That's weird.
I wonder why. So he did a transmission swap. Oh wait, hold
What
on
are
a
you
second.
talking
Oh,
about,
drift
dude?
car 5.3 pulled.
It's
fully
an
rebuilt. I'm-
LS motor. It's a truck
yeah,
motor.
it's the way you worded it. I'm sorry, and plus I can't really see too well.
It's a truck motor with a CD09 that's rebuilt for some reason, probably because it's the one with the bad synchro, so it got rebuilt.
Probably.
It's got BC coils. It's got the SLR Ultra Angle kit. I don't know what the differences are.
It's wider.
It's got a M3 full rear subframe and components. It's got a custom to unibody Weldon. I don't know what the hell the
that
difference of the cage is. Welded diff, McLeod with hydraulic
everything
throwout
fast,
bearing, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Texas speed cam, LS1 heads, intake, fast fuel rails, M3 axles, Sicky long tube, mounter mounts, transmission mount. Okay, so it's like a Sicky kit swap with
And
just a
how
truck
much is he
motor.
asking for it?
18.5.
It's
if I
way
remember
too much
correctly.
for that clapped
Okay,
out.
let's look at the pictures. Maybe it'll change your mind. Well, actually, the video.
Let's look at the video here.
All right, so it does.
Enhance.
Starts to run.
Sounds like it's running off its headers.
Did something just fall out of the car? Did something just fall off the car?
I think it's like freaking.
I got to tap right now like the
Oh god.
Do a burnout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's got,
Well, there's
not
a
for
bumper.
18. I think 18 is too much. Oh, showing you the ultra angle.
18's
And-
way too much.
I mean, this thing's been sitting outside,
Yeah.
so it's probably got rust. Most likely.
It's got a boat.
Ooh.
Ooh, check that
Pretty,
gem out.
it's pretty
Oh
Look at that
god.
turbo.
Oh.
She's a beaut. She's a beaut.
It's a truck motor with some attachments onto it. I mean, it's not like
No, this is a hard no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This
hard
is
no.
a solid pass.
This was trash.
Facebook kept shoving this thing down my throat.
Yeah, oh, did it really?
Yeah, every day. It's still there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Nope.
I think the next one, Paul, I think is a
the
good deal
final
for
one.
Paul. It could
Oh,
be.
is it? Okay.
I've been looking at E36s, but they're small.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. I mean, I
If you
drove
put
my
the cage on top of the rear hump, not below it,
yeah.
I think you'd have room.
This one's huge. I mean,
I wanted an E46.
Yeah, these are
It's
huge.
So roomy.
Yeah.
But
I'm ready.
All right, show it.
Okay. Blink.
Oh.
There we go.
Yep.
What's an E46?
2001 BMW 3 Series 325 Ci LS Swap Drift Track
Yeah,
build. You see this
yeah.
one, right?
oh, you'll know. I've seen it.
This is
22,000. Okay.
Selling for a friend.
Let's see, selling for a friend. Oh, it's personal. Oh, okay.
this one's
Some
personal.
history here.
Okay.
Built for track duty, it's an E46 with a 6.0 LQ4 with LS1
This is another truck
accessories,
motor.
upgraded, tri-unions, blah, blah, T56, 6-speed, well diff, rear subframe reinforcements, BC coils, roll cage with, roll cage, so I don't know. Oh, NASCAR style door bars, so out of Paul's, he doesn't want a cage in there. Custom dash.
I don't want a cage because I want to make the cage to myself.
you can
Tell you
just
the door
custom-
bar's wrong.
Oh,
This is-
okay.
Tell you the door
Mission
bar's
motor
wrong.
puller fan, oil catch can. I don't know why you throw that on there. I guess to add a couple dollars. And I like how he spaced out all the details. OMP
Yeah.
steering wheel, energy quick release. Anything else? Is that it?
This could be good or it could be bad. It all
Okay, I'll
depends
give you
on
the
how
VIN
you.
number, though.
Yeah, photos. Oh,
All right.
okay. All right. In Tampa.
Let's
Okay, here we
let's
go.
see the footage. Let's see a little drift action here.
Okay. Maybe.
Where's this at?
Where the hell is it even at?
Looks like you just sold
I think you did. No, it's like a warehouse district.
you
They
just-
put some cones up.
do some points. You really need that many cones?
Yeah. You need cone stations to do that.
You guys recommend it?
I think I do.
I don't.
Let's just keep watching.
That your car? Oh
Is
my
it-
god.
Is it really? I didn't get a good look at. Really? I didn't even get that good look at it. Holy cow! I am so sorry.
You dummy.
Oh, you knew what it was?
Yes.
Oh, you knew right away? Really?
Like
Oh.
I could tell.
I
like,
saw the car at night when I saw it.
That is the car that I sold for $10,500.
And he's
same
asking-
motor, same tranny, but he did paint it. He
Uh-huh.
painted the top side, put an M3 front end on it.
Okay, so it doesn't look exactly
Tied
the
it.
same.
No, it doesn't. But in that video, it did because it had the gold fenders on it,
Oh, okay.
or whatever junkyard fenders I found to put on it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But click through there, you'll see it. It tightened the interior up,
Yeah.
pulled the wiring, rewired it, put a dash in it, and now he wants 20. See that door bar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, see the
Yeah.
the straight bottom door bar?
yeah. Look how high the
pretty-
seat is.
Yep,
That's
that's my old
jacked
car.
up. Wow.
And I tried to buy it back. I found the guy through the back of my messages. I dug through. Obviously, I'm great at technology, so I realized that my archive messages, I could access them. I finally found his number because I couldn't find it in text history.
Right.
I call him. I was like, "Hey," or text him, "Are you looking to sell that car?" Because I've been hunting
Yeah.
a car.
Yeah.
Hunting. And he's like, "Yeah, I am. I proposed to my girl. Like, I think it's time to get her to come off this car." I'm like,
Okay.
perfect. And he's like, $22,000.
no, dude.
Did you change? He said, yeah, I took the angle kit off, and I put an original M3 front end on it. I was like, cool, whatever,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I'm gonna crash that.
Yeah.
I was like, what else? He's like, I put cheesy OMP seats in it, and did the wiring. He did do the wiring, and he put the radiator up front. So he fixed a lot of the ghetto that was on the car. The car was super ghetto.
Yeah, but still, it's
So
that's not 10,000.
That was a cringe. I think he wrote me. I had already bought the E36, and he was like, I think like 18 with no seats or something. So I will tell you that transmission shifts really well, Paul, and it's a great engine. Look at it now. It looks fantastic.
So he's willing to go down to 18.
Yeah, you can buy that car with no seats for 18. You will have.
I don't
to
want
cut
the seats anyways.
Yeah, they won't do you any good. You'll have to cut the lower door bar out.
This might be for but we can do that. That's just modifying to one side.
Yeah. Cut the.
And he took the radiator and put it back in front.
Yeah, the radiator's in the front now, which it needed desperately.
It does look pretty clean now.
It looks great now.
It does look really
you like
clean.
more
I can't
pictures?
believe it's the same car.
That's my car.
No, you guys all I can't believe it's the same car. I didn't tell us. I didn't know it was the same
No
car.
one would know.
I don't
No,
spend
you
much
wouldn't.
time. I didn't even watch the video.
No one would know but me.
Right. Well, apparently everybody knows except for me. I'm a big dummy.
I mean,
Are you dummy?
I have a pretty good sense because, like,
Again, for me, it's the
car and the
cage, though.
sounds.
Like
Yeah, but you can redoing a door bar is a lot easier than
no,
redoing.
I know,
doing
but
a whole
like I want
cage.
the seat back far. I mean, I, guess
I
it
had
was
that thing back and down.
Yeah, he was-
far.
It was.
Yeah, you're taller than I am, but
Not by that much.
I'm bigger though.
it might
My seat's
accommodate.
freaking wide, man.
Well, but I'm saying you cut. Where's the hoop? Is it on the seat or is it?
My seat's 25 inches wide at
No,
the
what I'm
shoulders.
saying is where's the main
I
hoop
can't
welded in?
remember.
See
I
if you
think
can
the
go back
hoop
in the
is on
picture.
I think the hoop is on the package tray. Yeah,
Well,
there
yeah.
it is. Right. No, that's the floor
yeah.
plan.
Yeah, it's
No,
on the
well that's behind the seat, right?
Yeah, so that's the floor pan. That's behind the driver's seat. So
Yeah,
that
it's
shows
on
the
the-
main
it's on
hoop
the floor.
coming to the floor.
Yeah, to the floor, but really in that
All
one
the way
little
up-
corner,
up against it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
up against
Yeah.
it. So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
This is my seat is
But look how much space you have behind. You got a good amount of space.
My seat is wide at the shoulders.
Well, no, you wouldn't want that seat.
Oh.
No, my seat.
I
My seat.
understand that. You'd have to cut those door bars out.
No, but what he's talking
You don't
about
use-
is you hit the
My
if
bolster.
You hit the
gonna
that
hit-
head guard on the
side
The
right-
B pillar, the B pillar.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, you could reset you have to redo the brackets, anyways.
I'm not worried about the my seat. When I move it back, it's
Yeah.
going to hit the cage.
hoop.
It's going to hit
Main
the
hoop.
hoop, and I can't do
it's
anything
gonna hit
about
the
that.
main hoop? Well, no, the back of the seat will hit the main hoop before the.
No,
bolsters
no, no. My bolsters are 26 inches wide. They're
Well, I'm saying is there in the baby on the hoop, you have a bar going straight across. You
mine
can't
right
back
now.
the
Mine
seat.
right now in the G35 pokes out the window.
I understand that.
I don't think you're getting it. But anyways,
It's not going to hit the hoop though. It'll hit the B pillar, but not the hoop.
that main hoop that goes over the beat. Yes, it goes over there. It goes from. Yes, it's going to hit that. Yeah, it's going to hit that. I can't cut that out. But anyways, you're trying to sell me on this car. I see.
No, I'm just saying like
Look,
I'm
it
just saying,
drifts.
It does.
You've seen it drift.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've
Have you
drove.
seen
I
it
drove. I
spray
drove with it.
fuel out
Yes, I've seen it do a lot of
we
things.
fix that.
wildly out
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
vent
yeah.
while we're wondering if we're going to catch on
Interesting,
fire
though.
through grid?
Maybe 15.
Yeah, I think 15 is
Maybe
fair.
15.
Yeah.
I would have considered 15.
I mean, this was what 8 weeks ago. So throw them off for 15.
Yeah. Cash, just straight
Yeah.
right now. Pick it up
I
tomorrow.
mean, pick
no
up tomorrow.
deal.
No deal.
It was no deal for me.
No deal for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it for 15.
I already was in that relationship. I would get back in it, but
Because the nice thing is I could just buy a cage kit for this, and then
Yeah.
If
Chris
you,
Jackson has a cage kit for a coupe, by the way.
he does.
Yeah, sitting around.
Oh.
He was supposed to get one for a sedan, so there may be an opportunity to save at least shipping on it.
Oh, there you go. That even sounds better. And just cut all that junk out and just put the cage kit in there.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
Well, to be continued.
Yep.
indeed. Well, that concludes Tim's of top 6
I did have something else from the marketplace I did want you to pull up. I sent you an email if you could pull it
just
up.
now.
Oh, okay. One
No, I
last one.
sent it before while you wait. I thought it was interesting because with the E36.
Oh,
now.
is it that steering thing?
Yeah, pull it up because I think this is crazy.
Oh, is this the Chinese steering wheel kit?
Yeah, you've seen this?
Oh,
I was like, I there was a guy on Messenger, and I was like,
Is that the Russian
dude? Is
guy?
this? Is this
I don't
like,
know, dude.
It was on Facebook
But
Marketplace.
I'm like,
is
how?
this a Chingling SLR knockoff?
Look
And
at that,
he wrote like, he had a
Dude, for
he had an
300
Asian joke response about it. And
Oh,
he-
really?
Yeah, he was like straight up about it. It was a Chinese knockoff.
I mean, yeah, it's got to be a Chinese knockoff, but I mean, God, like it's a
can't beat
freaking
that,
angle
dude.
kit. Like you can't.
$375.
yeah, unreal, right?
You get the knuckle adapter. You get all the
Yep.
stuff. You get the
Lollipop,
arms.
whole
You get
You even get the
lollipops.
I didn't
Yeah.
get Sean gave me a lollipop.
People
No.
people charge $300 just for the lollipops.
Right. I sold lollipops a thing for $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like I saw this. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's another car that you
Fink still has his car?
Fink still has that JZ
Really?
E46. He's hoarding it. I tried to pry
not
it
the
out of his
original
hands.
car that burned
No, that one's
No,
dead.
that one-
But he has a silver E36.
Yeah.
E46
With a
That
two-
is-
with a 1J, right?
With the 1J, with
Yeah.
his 1J in it. It's
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Yeah.
What was he asking for? He doesn't.
He doesn't want to sell it.
Oh.
But you know, I did even hit him up. I found Harry's black car.
Oh really?
E46?
The E46 I used to drive with the LS3 of
yeah,
Harry's. Shahab, you know Shahab?
No.
Okay, Shahab's in the Turtec crew. Great buddy of mine. He actually dug the car down. It took us like 8 months. We finally figured out where it went. The guy from local bought it. Then he ended up trading it into a hot rod shop, blown up.
Okay.
He blew it up, and then it sat there. The guy junked it.
Oh,
you told
my
me about that.
God.
M3 rear end,
Oh,
cage with the
jeez.
cage on the back deck, SLR kit, like everything. He's like, oh, the wheels were cracked and all this. And I was like, oh, my. He's like, well, I put it on Marketplace. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I
God.
would have seen it. I'd give him like $8,000 for the shell. You know,
Yeah.
If it still had all that
Right.
stuff on it.
Wow.
So
I just thought this was crazy. I'm like, you could buy an E36, slap this on there, and you could. I'm like,
that is
holy
nuts.
cow! It's
That
like
is
a super
absolutely
budget,
nuts.
super budget car.
Hopefully your wheels don't fall off.
Right, a little
Yeah.
sketchy, but
Yeah, you put a little extra weld on all the welds.
check it
Yeah.
out.
No deal because you have to pay for shipping.
Where the hell is it? Oh, is that where it's? Oh, the $25 for shipping.
No returns
$400 for an angle kit.
returns on this
I'm-
item.
Exactly.
returns.
What the heck? I demand no fee on the shipping in 2
okay.
days, please.
Dude, that is terrifyingly cheap.
Yeah,
is.
that's like it must be
What is that
slave.
made
It's got to
out
be slave labor. That's the only way.
Yeah.
That's slave labor. I mean,
Pretty
the
much.
profit. This.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Either
just,
that or
it.
a machine.
Yeah, but it might not be bad to buy for like spare parts.
you
just
look
to
at
have
those.
it,
Zoom
you
into
know,
the welds. The welds don't look like machine
No, but
welds.
what I'm saying is like you know, like you're at the track, right? Instead of buying a whole nother SLR kit, you buy this, and then if you break something, it gets you going for that event until you get another one back in.
It looks like those Amazon welds that you get on
Extra
your
parts.
like
Maybe.
office chairs, and it's just like how the hell they even it's not barely weld together.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you break something at the track and you just want to get it on the trailer. So
These are good spares,
you
like
put
Tim's
this
spares.
on the car to get the car on the trailer.
Spares.
Just so you just
spare
get it
parts.
on
Spare
I've been
parts.
If you need a
Yeah.
spare SLR kit, boom, there you go.
I totally reached out to Sean Love already. I was like, hey, I have
Yeah.
one spare. I need another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a full kit.
Yeah.
35%.
I didn't even get. We've had a couple, but the last one where I did not get a response. So
Yeah.
He's really
at that.
bad through text.
Oh, he's really bad.
yeah.
Even
He's
him-
great, but
You got to
yeah.
call his shop and then talk to the guy. I forget his name. The guy's name.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk to that guy. He usually gets back to you.
Okay. But Sean, yeah, he'll get back to me.
Yeah.
eventually. He's good. We had a conversation before that. He just dropped the ball.
He's
on
probably
that one.
sleeping.
He does that.
Yeah, he's busy.
He is busy.
Busy guy.
Yeah, and he
got
actually
kiddos.
stuffed his car. He ended the event stuffing his car
Oh
in the
man,
wall.
it sucked. He broke
He-
the knuckle.
Yeah, he was having a good time.
Oopsies.
Yeah,
There we go.
it sucked.
I don't know what I did there.
I don't know,
It super sucked.
but it is 12:20.
Yeah. So where can people follow you? What is the social media game plan? I know you've kind of
I'm
You know-
still. I'm at SFL Welding on Instagram.
okay.
It's literally
That's the-
SFL Welding,
Yeah.
South Florida Welding abbreviated, and Bill Stenger on Facebook. I still have my old Bill Stenger Racing Facebook page. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to that or I'm just gonna incorporate it in my personal page. I think that nowadays you're better off running just one page.
Yeah,
I
it's too
think-
much to do.
I
Yeah,
th-
most
and not only that's too much to do. I just think that it's not perceived the same. It's not like like we're talking about organic content. I think
Yeah.
it's people want to see
More
you
personal.
and be more personal than a
Yeah.
professional thing. So I think that I'm probably going to kill that off, and it's just going to
Yeah.
be my page.
Makes
So
sense.
Bill Stenger on Facebook and SFL Welding on Instagram. I do most on Instagram, and that's it.
Cool.
So yeah, we are
Awesome.
going to go drive more.
Yeah. Bill, I can't say, I mean, I don't know how else to describe just the joy and the pleasure of seeing you back, behind, back in the driver's seat. It's, I mean, your talent and your skill level. I mean, we saw it, we appreciated it, we're a fan of it. And I mean, it's, you obviously, life kind of, you had to get your affairs order. Completely understand it. I mean, we've all been in kind of very similar situations and so forth, but you never lost the drive and the spirit to want to get back in the saddle, and just to see you back in it again is sort of it's just so great to see. And and for many people, I mean, you're kind of just going into it. I mean, you're almost like starting all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Essentially.
newbie kind of. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You're gonna have to kind of like in
been
some
born again.
ways, yeah, learn the ropes again, just navigate through a whole different scene, a whole different scenario. Some is good, some is bad, but I'm sure you'll learn to adapt and get better at it. And
He can't wait to judge him.
yeah, I mean, could you imagine?
Well,
I mean, it's possible.
It is possible.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. You better make up for it.
True. Maybe. I mean,
It'd be words.
we do. I mean, we do.
I'm just kidding, Ben.
I know who we need to talk to in order to possibly make that happen.
Yeah.
But are they willing to make that happen?
I don't know.
Who
We
knows?
thought we talked about that before.
Yeah, exactly. But who knows? Exactly. But in any case, going back to this is, yeah, we're thrilled. We're excited. We wish you nothing but the best. And I think it's just, it's about time everybody else got to see what we saw in you a couple of years back. And we can't wait to see what you do with it.
Thank you. That means a ton coming from you guys. I'm really excited to see how I actually, at this point, Rusty is going to be. I wanted to kind of hop into Pro-Am just without the practice. I'm going to run one more test day.
Right.
And that's it. So I drove Fuel Fest, first time in 2 years, and then I'm going to run one test day to try to iron out alignment on the car and some grip settings, so we have a little idea. And then I want to jump right into Pro-Am and see. I really wish I had someone to document all this, because I would love to show someone, old skill level. I'm washed up, hopping right into the hot seat, right into tandem, because these guys drive at a different level than it was, and these cars are at a different level.
Yeah.
And I really want to see how I compare. And that's why I'm kind of doing this. This is my own little mental test to see where we stack up right off the rip. Nothing, no filter, no nothing. We're going to see. And reality's going to show you where you're at. And it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And it might suck, because I might suck, but that's okay.
Well,
and I'm perfectly fine with wherever the cards lie, but it's going to be really fun to see it. So I hope, I really, like I said, I hope that we can assemble. I want to find some businesses that I can actually help them. Not like, oh, I got this and I got that. Standard sponsorship, I got free items. How can we actually merge and grow things together that actually are beneficial for both parties? I want every transaction in my life. I'm dealing with 3 people. I want all 3 people to win now. Mentality's a little different with that. So I really hope that we can find some ventures that help that. And I'm really excited to just see where the cards lie when you actually show up. And I might get smoked and dumped in the trailer right away. We'll see. But I'm excited to see.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. It's going to be awesome. So.
Yeah. All right. Just want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat, and also a special shout out to Brittany. Fortunately, she's going to be here, but we do miss her, and I can't wait to hang out again. Other than that, thank you everybody for tuning in, and catch you next time. Take care and good night.
Absolutely.